Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Grim 86 Freedom First podcast. Deep behind enemy lines in liberal California. I'm Chris.
I'm Johnny Doe, and no milk will ever be our milk.
My name is Jamie.
That Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ace. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And this precious field trip pretty damn quick. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is episode number 20. We'd like to thank you real quick for bearing with us, sticking with us through this magical journey, this amazing, wonderful journey.
Yeah. This awakening,
that is,
if you will.
Yeah. It's kind of spiritually.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
We're been really spiritual lately.
We're going to be talking about some chi after this.
And how to focus it.
Yeah.
Like brie?
Like brie, yeah.
Like Munster?
Yeah, brie chi. And Munster
yeah,
chi.
totally. That's not chi, bro.
Mac and chi. Go to McDonald's.
Maybe mac and chi. I feel like that would
Mac
work.
and cheese?
Go to McDonald's, get a double chi.
There you go. See? It just flows with everything, I guess.
Dude. See now, okay, you guys are going to see a video later. I feel like a double chi might have helped this guy that you're going to watch
Double
a little later.
tree.
But,
Yeah. I think he's been smoking tree.
I do too.
Oh, man. Yeah, so this is our 20th episode. And,
Woohoo!
yeah. I mean, it's been 6 months.
We got 20 episodes,
Yeah,
and how many
6 months?
How many side shows?
I think it's 11? Something like that.
Okay, so we've put out quite a bit of fucking content.
Mm-hmm. And then we have all the funny videos and best ofs and whatnot.
Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff to watch if you guys are fiending for a little weekly dose of freedom.
Yeah.
And science.
Check it out.
Oh, science always, yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
science.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Science and
Mysticism,
freedom.
too.
Yeah.
The Grim 86 has
anarchy.
the freedom
Sure.
of science.
Yeah.
Science of anarchy is what we are.
Yeah, so what do you guys, about the show, like, where do you feel like, where this show's going from now on? Like, what do you see in the future?
I think that we have a lot of fun here. We do a lot of dicking around, but I think that like overall, the consistent message is that we've always had some sort of a political undertone that we've tried to bring it back. It's a lot of dick and fart jokes.
Property
don't
rights.
get me wrong. Yeah, property rights. Those you gotta always have those. The amazing property rights. I don't know. I wrote down a couple of things that like just sort of big things that we've actually talked about that I think really made an impact for us and kind of set us apart from just a regular comedy hour podcast, you know. Some of the big stuff that we've talked about that I wanted to just bring up, stuff that I didn't even really notice or know a whole lot about before we started the show here, but things like statism and voluntarism. This
Democide.
the taxation,
Taxation is theft.
Taxation is theft. Yeah, exactly. The whole idea behind that stuff about the Federal Reserve, about Monsanto and GMOs, genetically modified organisms, the Constitution, right? The First Amendment, the Second Amendment. Without the First Amendment, we wouldn't be able to make this show. The Fourth Amendment, all right. Other things like we've tackled some of the hot button issues, like we've talked about mass shootings and what we think could possibly be a solution
border.
to that.
Right.
Talked about the border, immigration.
Right.
We've
Censorship, the NSA.
Yep. We've talked about a lot of
Social media.
grown up topics here, I think, and it's really cool. I'm proud.
Mixed in with the perfect amount of comedy, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't get too...
We'll keep it lighthearted, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's some deep stuff that we talk about, you know. It comes up. It comes up, and we talk about it, and we always find a way to find like maybe some kind of like common ground, or even not. I mean, Kenny's pretty rough, dude. Kenny's pretty rough.
Yeah, what's up to Kenny in here tonight?
Kenny? Yeah, Kenny couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah.
But no, like overall, I think the message that we've put out consistently is be free.
Freedom.
Yeah, you don't need to be
Freedom, develop your philosophy.
You don't need to be governed. You don't need to, you definitely develop your own philosophy.
Yeah.
Go out and enjoy your life.
Philosophy, not ideology, is what we always say.
Like, life is not always about fighting the government. Life is actually going out and
living your life.
Actually living life,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, having
like,
fun, doing your shit.
Yeah. You know, like going to work every day and or doing, things that are enjoyable like this, like the podcast and stuff like that. You know, I enjoy talking about freedom, and this is like the perfect place to do it because so many people are getting more and more interested in it, and we learned so much. Like a big thing for me was the voting rights.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's okay. So bringing that up,
Right.
there's been a journey, especially you two guys, right?
Right.
Like from episode 1 till current. Think about how much you might have changed on certain things.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like just by talking, debating, and a lot of it happened actually off camera when we were talking after the show, or just during the week when we were hanging out with each other. We'd have conversations and whatnot. And it's changed.
Right.
Like everyone's just growing.
Right. I mean, especially when
cool.
you start doing research on stuff. You know, you kind
So you're not the only ones at home, freedom fighters, that are growing. It's also all of us. Actually,
you can't be a blockhead your entire life. You know, you can't
blockhead.
A blockhead, like somebody who's like kind of like not kind of is a statist. You know, just
fucking statist fox.
Fucking blockheads, dude.
Like from Gumby.
Yeah, I mean, just big dummies. You know,
you big dummy.
Don't be a big dummy.
You are so dumb.
You dodo brain.
I mean, I love doing a show, man. I love coming here and we talk about this stuff.
And then
we get into it about things off camera. You know, the stuff that I like the most that we've done is like covering the news articles, like going finding news articles about the head tax. That was like
that was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, the head tax was good.
Yeah, voluntary. What else do we do? We did a bunch of those.
Yeah, we did a lot of short articles.
I just can't remember them all. There's so many.
They're pretty great. We're gonna do one tonight too. It's pretty good. So
stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned
for riots in France.
And
overseas aggressions.
Holy fuck.
On Grim 86, Freedom First
Nice.
podcast. Yeah, exactly.
And then
Yes, Chris. Cricket.
And that cricket.
Shout out to Valerie.
that was like
Cricket.
Casey Kasem right there.
Yeah, a little bit when I was doing that earlier.
Casey
I like how it took a little while for you to. It was like a minute ago.
Oh man,
Drugs are weird.
drugs are.
That was your last one, Johnny.
Different.
Drugs. They're great.
They're great.
They're different.
Yeah.
Than marijuana.
And then also our second threat, sharks staying out of the water. So all our fun topics and stuff like robots,
A lot of science, man.
Batman, tacos,
Taco Bell.
Yeah. So there's a lot of other. I think I had one more. Oh, in the fail videos and stuff like. Like the people falling or the cheese wheel.
Yeah, the cheese wheel. Yeah.
Or
there you go with the cheese
goofy
again, man.
cats
What do
like
you mean the
doing
cheese wheel?
stupid shit.
What's a cheese wheel, dude?
Cheese wheel. No, the cheese wheel will be coming up very shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very special technique that you have to learn through years of being able to realign your focus.
And, and the cricket.
And a cricket.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So, it's been a great 20 episodes, man.
I thought you were going to say 20 years.
Yeah, it's been
a great 20 years.
20 episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
Signing off.
It's really awesome.
It's been
just to learn about each other and our likes and dislikes and stuff like that. And
yeah, we learned a lot about
dude, why is
our sexual preferences and our turn-ons and turn-offs. I don't know. That sounds like a personal problem. Yeah. Hashtag bathing.
Sounds like a turn-on.
Cricket.
Gross.
Sorry about that.
That's amazing, Chris. All right, so let's go into our first.
It's been a fun ride.
Is there any other? Is there anything else you guys want to say about the podcast and where it's going, or fun things about it?
You know what I'd like to see, where I'd like to see the podcast go, and we kind of talked about kind of the direction and going into more media. The media.
Yeah,
stuff.
well, we were talking about, me and Chris were talking about making some like short videos that were kind of about like a news story.
Yeah.
Or
kind of a breakdown of.
Right. Well, we have the new version of Taxation is Robbery that just got put up this week.
Yeah.
And we want to do some more of those little PSA type things, little short ones that are like a minute or two about a topic. And then we also want to cover some like short stories about news stories or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we could even find some like contributors to help us out with that kind of stuff.
Like, you mean research people?
Yeah, like researchers, stuff like that. Yeah.
Research and development.
Contributors.
Yeah, that'd be neato.
They'd actually be contributing.
Yeah, message Chris. He'll be sure to read it and then forget to tell us.
Yeah, I will.
Can confirm.
That's debatable.
Oh shit.
That's debatable.
Yeah. So
all in all, I just want to say that I'm happy with the direction of it. I think it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, and it's slowly growing. It's not like a rapid, fast change. Like all of a sudden, there's all this different shit. It's just slowly growing and progressing.
Oh, it's a constantly learning. We're constantly learning.
And we have a lot of comedy shit on there too because we don't want to be all fucking serious.
We're not all fucking serious.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying, like to the viewers at home, because like some people just think,
I don't think they take us serious.
Some of our side shows are a lot serious.
I
though.
think they think we're just a bunch of jackasses.
Well, sure,
honestly.
good.
I mean,
I can only hope so.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, our side shows have a lot more serious stuff. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, I think a couple of first ones were pretty.
I watched a bunch of them last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are pretty fucking.
Now who's the
straight to the
fucking
point.
narcissist? Come on.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So now who's the narcissist?
I'm trying to be humble over here.
All of
trying
us.
to play it off.
It's just saying.
I know. We're all on fucking YouTube.
How is that not humble? I don't get it.
Hey,
We actually talked about
if we
humility
have
in our
a camera
episode
in
1.
our face and we're on YouTube, we're not in the humble people category. I think.
That's debatable.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think everybody.
I don't know. Getting the word out there and having fun is what I'm about.
I mean, there's but
I
that's
don't really
a little.
give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom as fuck, bro.
Little objectivism.
Sure.
Freedom as
Zero fucks given.
Zero.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
All right. So anything else about the show?
Fuck you.
Guys,
I like being on YouTube
Sure.
And Pornhub.
and Pornhub.
Yeah.
And Patreon.
Do you
SoundCloud.
watch yourself on Pornhub?
And Instagram.
I'm just curious.
Do I watch myself on Pornhub?
Yeah.
I watch
I watch the
myself.
fuck out of it.
I watch myself watching Pornhub.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a mirror like in front of you?
Yeah,
Or do you actually have a monitor with the
No,
camera
I'm usually in the
filming you and
restroom,
relaying it? you know?
watching the show.
Sort of Pornhubception.
Yeah. Some bubble bath.
No bubble
You're
bath.
all-
Maybe
No?
some.
Candles?
Dub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a little U time in there, you know?
Yeah,
Sure.
You know.
Some rose petals,
Yeah.
maybe.
Hashtag combat sock.
A what?
Hashtag look it up.
I'm.
All right. So anyway.
Yeah.
Debatable.
So
Going down the rabbit hole there a little bit.
Yeah.
We put out a quality show.
Sure.
I really do. I really think that it can only get better from here.
Yeah. And we just miss Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird without the hater.
It's.
I know.
Dude, it's
Nobody's
almost like,
making fun of me.
the hater.
Nobody's
Like-
making fun of me. It's
Shut up, Jamie.
like
I know,
he
thank
filled.
you.
He,
now
I
it's
just try to make you feel a little bit more at home.
now it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Now we got it.
does he fill?
All right,
the,
well,
does he fill the void in your life, Johnny?
Always.
I feel like we have
on
a pretty consistent message on or consistent thoughts on where we think the show's going and
Sure.
how we feel about it. So that being said, without further dudes, let's go into this
Cricket.
Let's go into the new one of our videos here. We have a video that Johnny pulled up.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is affectionately referred to as the Kung Fu Russian.
Yeah, or Russian Kung Fu master.
Oh yeah, this guy does a cheese.
I feel like he's
Chi will,
definitely
right?
a drunk style and mantis.
the
monkey.
will.
He's gonna do
Mix.
something,
Yeah.
man. So the one thing we want to point out to you is you got to listen to the commentary because this guy is actually
Yeah, it's
this
pretty
guy's
funny.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Okay.
Fight commentary breakdowns. Our favorite Russian guy is back. Look at that kick.
Ooh.
So this time he's shirtless to show off his muscles. Oh my
Shit! Watch
goodness.
out!
That kick.
Whoa! What was that?
Still showing off his snake mantis moves.
Yeah, you can just
Chicken
see how
hawk.
he's generating so much power in these
set up,
strikes.
or is he?
Oh,
I don't
back
know
kick.
what the
Back kick, right?
angle of that kick is, but a little
Whoa, what was
ballerina
that?
move right up
I
there.
don't think anyone knows.
he does.
Man.
He does the chi will right now, right?
Oh my god, no, there's no chi in this one. Jesus Christ. Look
I
at
mean,
this
would
guy.
we know if there was? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
You would, because when you watch the next
I guess
video,
those
you'll know.
Initial little locks
Oh.
and
Yeah.
pops are
There's gonna be
just
a
for the
demonstration.
Locks
sake
and
of
pops.
distraction.
Yeah.
I like how every time he kicks, he lifts his hand up. Let's watch that. See? Oh, he didn't do it this time. A lot of times when he kicks, he raises one of his hands. Like that, you see? He raises his right hand up.
Yeah, he's doing it as another
like he's,
strike.
saluting the communist cause. Okay, I'm really sorry, people. I did not mean to always associate Russia with communism. but
Oh,
sometimes it is
shit.
like
I'm going
communism.
to kick you in the face.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's funny.
Our
All right,
master
let's go to the
teacher-
Oh,
What?
wow.
dude?
Oh,
Has
he's got students.
Are you serious?
I didn't
What
get
is
this
that?
far.
Wow.
Oh my! Look at this guy in the fucking shorts with the
Are
weird
those his
print on
sons,
it,
maybe?
with the white
I think
shirt.
those are his sons. Those are not his students.
Like, what is going
They
on? He's
actually-
just like rocking back and forth. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's not even doing anything.
God,
dragon
dude.
pattern on his
Do they
shirt.
think they're doing
Oh, now he's
something?
critiquing
I
Yeah.
don't know.
This is hard to watch.
It is.
You got
It's torture.
You got him brainwashed, dude.
Okay, yeah, we're
Yeah,
moving-
okay. I think
Wow.
moving on.
Break
That's
dancer.
that is
Yeah.
that
That's
is
some Stockholm syndrome.
But you
shit
know
right
what,
there.
dude? It's just because you guys aren't ninja masters like this guy. Or kung fu masters. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Debatable,
Cricket.
man.
I don't know, man.
Debatable.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Well, it's not debatable. You're not a kung fu master.
Neither is this
I
guy.
am not a kung fu master.
Neither is this
that's-
guy.
But he's a
That's
Russian
what I'm
kung
saying.
fu master.
That's
Maybe
no,
that's-
no, he's not.
Maybe that's exactly
That's
what
oh wait
kung fu
wait
masters look like. We don't know.
I would accept. I would
You
accept
got to get the
communist kung fu master.
Okay,
I'll
sure.
accept that.
Okay, so that is what he is.
He's a communist.
So we
kung-
when yeah, we're on the
he's
same
not
page.
actually.
So you're in
like,
agreement.
It's not. He's not equivalent to an actual.
Yeah. Words are weird.
Yeah, see, I don't know if
words.
you
No.
I don't know if you can really say that.
Well, if
he's
he has
not.
communist.
Wait,
in
what?
front
I
of
can't
it.
hear you, Jimmy. What?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's exactly what a kung fu master looks like. We just don't know because we're not kung fu masters. Maybe he's the best kung fu master.
Yeah.
You never know.
Maybe.
You know,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And the Fed. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Let's
You guys
just-
want to
let's
learn about the power
all
of chi?
disagree.
Sure. Yeah. This is chi. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's even going to remind
is-
us exactly what we're
this
talking
is
about
chi
right at
as
the beginning.
fuck right
Ready?
here.
Here we go.
Chi
as
flows
fuck.
throughout the body. Without it, you
That
don't
was chi.
function. And it's a
my
radio
God.
wave.
Science
I wanna
can't
see the
find
chi.
it.
Like a
radio
It
wave, bro.
doesn't- It doesn't exist as far as science can tell.
Now, that's science.
Oh, there you
Gilman
go.
is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh.
He's a ninth-degree black belt.
Look at this
who
guy,
has taught
legit,
everyone
right
from
here.
Muhammad Ali to Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Legit. This is
And
real.
he's able to drop just about anyone using
In the name of
applications
Jesus.
pressure to certain points along the body.
Yeah, that's what this is
Oh,
akin to.
man. Look at this shit.
Pressure point knockouts are the easiest way to put a person
This guy looks
down.
like he only eats pizza.
I can put the
dude.
largest
Sits
person
down in a
you
wife
can
beater
find
with like
in the
shit
world,
all
and
over
I've
it.
done this.
It's not even
Smoking a
cut.
cigar.
It's not
put
cut.
him
He
on
just
the
eats the whole disc at once.
Folds in half like a giant taco.
Dillman
Rolls
claims
it
to
like
have
a pizza
adapted
roll.
this technique
Oh,
to where
careful,
he
this
can
guy's
knock
getting
a
into his
person
aura.
out without having to
Oh,
touch
man.
them.
Yeah.
Chi energy out of this hand.
Oh, look at this
We're
shit.
going to affect up on the head at the third eye.
Watch this.
Oh,
His
affects the
third
third
eye.
eye.
Yeah, it's brown eye. Watch out.
He's gonna sit on it.
Get it. Get it. Oh.
Fuck. He's that's what she is screaming louder.
Techniques
Yeah,
are made
sure.
possible by manipulating
Oh, look
chi.
at that's totally real.
He makes a chi
Oh,
ball.
this fuck.
He'll get the radio frequency
A chi
going
ball.
A
between
chi
the
ball, yeah.
hands,
Oh, you can.
And if you get
There's
up
some
and feel
science
it's
to it. He
actually
said
hotter
radio
inside that
frequencies.
ball.
Yeah,
I've seen
totally.
him already knock people over with it. He throws the chi in
Dude,
such
this
a
might
way
be
that
legit,
when he
dude.
Yeah, this is not legit.
He said radio
Fake news.
frequency, dude.
Chi
Yeah,
is like
that's
I'm just
electrical
saying,
Yeah,
dude.
that's bullshit.
That's a
He can
science
turn
word.
on or off with a simple, well-placed punch.
Dude, these people
Or even
fucking
just
believe
a
they're
tap.
doing something.
Science
We
works.
That's what I'm
enter
saying,
the
Science,
chi
bro.
into
It might be
pressure
science,
Microwaves,
dude.
that
maybe.
both accept chi or give off chi.
Oh, it's so brutal.
There's
I use
actually
one
a
to give
nerve
off
right
chi,
there in
put it
the
into ones that
chin.
accept
Yeah.
chi. We, in essence,
Oh.
turn their light switches
right in the balls.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Takes out their
Chi right in
circuit
his
breaker
stomach.
panel
Oh,
in
cross
the
his
back.
legs. That'll recover him. Oh, you got to recover him.
And they gotta
Yeah,
slap
yeah,
his
yeah.
neck.
Oh,
Slap
he's
his
flopping.
neck.
He's flopping.
Better slap him.
I've flatlined
You better slap
several
him.
people.
Oh, he flatlined him.
They come to see Dillman's remarkable ability to move walls
He killed
of
that
people
dude?
from 10
No, he
feet
said that
away
he's flatlined
when
people
they can't
before.
even see him. By
I guess he
channeling his
recovered
chi
that.
at them
Like
and
when you put him in the
interrupting
recovery
their
position.
auras.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
so he
look at
brought
this
him
shit.
back-
This guy's smiling at the end.
He brought him back to life.
Look at that guy at the end. He was all cracking up. Watch this. Oh, this is real, bro.
They don't
He's
even
gonna push
know.
them all.
I
They don't
locked
even-
with their
Oh,
aura,
you
and I
can-
moved the line. I shouldn't tell you this, but I play with people in Starbucks, and
Oh,
I just stood
That
there
was
and I
it.
moved
he,
the
touch,
line.
he
Yeah.
touches their naughty bits
And they all moved,
in
and they all
Starbucks.
looked back at me at the same time.
Yeah, because you're grabbing their
They went
junk,
like this,
bro.
And I looked back too, like it was
What
happening
the fuck
to me.
is wrong with you,
Did you,
creep?
look-
did you just touch my ass?
I look back
Because I didn't
because
want them to know I did this.
I touched
right?
their nuts.
But what really draws
Dude.
the audience's
Right in their
Apparently,
attention
that's not
is
an
Dillman's
okay
This guy's
thing
a
to do in
fucking-
2018.
Yeah,
and
no,
touch
this guy's a
somebody.
that
fucking
could
creep, bro.
theoretically revolutionize combat as we know it. Except
Uh-oh.
that it can take
Oh.
years to learn.
Oh,
Essentially, he claims
you
to be
can-
able to knock anyone out without touching any part of their body.
Oh, this
by
reminds
just
me
He's gonna
of
throwing
fucking
a giant
uppercut him, dude.
clean
Watch.
whammy at them.
Sometimes it's
Fucking
raining.
knocked him out.
I can get that way within a
Yeah, it's
second
real.
or two if I throw the chi out too fast.
Oh,
See?
fuck.
You can't throw it out too fast.
Hey.
Oh, look at
I've
that.
seen
Slow
so many
it down,
demonstrations,
dude.
so many different techniques, so many different moves.
You're a
So
black
many
belt.
different
Can't help
techniques
but
of
still
bullshit.
believe.
You're a black
opening up
belt. You
another
should be
door
able
in
to
your
control
mind.
your
It's
chi.
unbelievable.
Dude, this is
I know
I think
I
we're
have
good.
chi.
yeah, this is brutal.
I'm fucking done with this
This is
shit.
brutal.
Wow, dude.
These people.
Dude, if anybody
yeah.
tries to
It's like a cult, though.
do this to you,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they actually believe
You know what I mean? Yeah.
they're doing some sort of fucking.
Stockholm syndrome.
They
man.
want to feel like
Well,
they're
they're
a superhero or
They're
some
not
shit.
being held captive, but they're
Yeah,
they're,
it's not the same thing.
they're
Yeah.
trying to they're
They
doing
kinda
their own
are.
mental gymnastics to fucking believe that themselves, right? So it's dumb.
They're locked into. Well, no, you said it's like a
cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome.
It's two different
Yeah,
things.
they're kind of locked
Stockholm
in.
syndrome could be from
Come
like
on,
a
man.
raper.
We're gonna argue semantics. Come on.
No, it's two different things.
It's not too bad.
I will
Yeah.
argue semantics because
But it's
semantics
simple.
is the definition of fucking words, and Stockholm syndrome is when you side with your captor.
Sure.
Yeah, they're kind of captive to
Well,
this
they
if they're a cult, right?
I feel like you're doubling down on a nonsense.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. You're right. I'm wrong.
Well, I'm just saying they're voluntarily
Definitions are different.
right.
Voluntary.
My
Property
bad,
rights.
dude. I didn't
All right,
I'm
move
not-
on.
Yeah, I'm
Moving
not
on.
trying to
Property
fucking-
rights. Move on.
Property rights are
Yeah.
weird.
Moving on.
So
You wanna do this one?
Oh yeah, dude. Top 20 tech items to buy under $20 if you're going to
for Christmas.
like a white elephant or gift exchange, and
Why has it got to be white?
it's got to be like under $20. This is like the perfect gift ideas for you guys. So first one we have right here is Pac-Man. Yeah.
It's
Who
like a
doesn't
small
like that?
guy.
Yeah, it's a little guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're like
Little
Wish I had like a
desktop kinda
scale
thing.
picture so I knew what it was size wise.
It's probably the size of a soda can, maybe a little bit bigger.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a cool item.
That's pretty cool.
For under $20.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and to win out of a gift exchange.
Well, think about
or
how many
something,
quarters
dude?
you put in that goddamn machine
Oh
back
my
in the
God,
day.
dude. It's the
So
least
over
they could
that,
do.
yeah.
The least they could do is give us a little
Yeah.
entertainment.
Give us a fucking reach
Little
around. Yeah.
entertainment.
Hashtag reach around. Look it up.
Oh, look, you can buy it
Yeah.
on Amazon.
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah. There's that little butt plug
here's
that
a
you
little
can get on
charger
Amazon.
used for your USB card.
Yeah.
I guess
Butthole pleasures.
I'm not sure what it's for though. I mean,
use
I just said
cell
what it
phones.
was, but yeah.
butt plug. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's a butt plug.
No, and then you would put your. I don't think gas powers.
I don't. You don't have to fart if it's in your butt.
No.
You could shoot it out though, maybe.
Yours isn't gas powered? Mine's a fucking two-stroke,
Yeah,
dude.
sure.
I gotta
Yeah.
mix that gas before I put it in there.
Yeah.
Gas power.
Two-stroke. It's got
a car
It's got a
charger.
pull start and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there any more, or it was 20
Oh yeah,
gifts?
there should be quite a few of them here.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's quite a few Bluetooth music receiver.
Cute.
In case,
Okay, so yeah, that'll make your car have Bluetooth if it doesn't already, but
Yeah.
you have an aux jack. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Convenient.
There's some pretty cool gifts on here.
Oh, the Joy-Con wheels.
Oh. Was there any gift on here that you were looking at? Like,
No, specifically no.
no.
Nintendo
Scroll.
Switch Joy-Con. Yeah.
Oh, little juice packs there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
Gotta have those.
Those are
fucking
practical,
things.
so yeah.
Yeah, those are way practical. Throw them
Mhm.
in your go bag.
Mm-hmm.
This is a over-the-air HD antenna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes on in the tree because it's a leaf.
It's called a leaf.
Yeah.
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 So you put it on a
You can
tree.
put it in a tree. Yeah.
Put it anywhere like.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Surge protector down below.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but it's got
Swivel.
Ports.
The ports on
Yeah.
it. The USB ports.
port, yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's, and it's
that's
a swivel.
convenient.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very important.
God
Yeah.
dang it.
Yeah. Okay, there's an owl thingy.
I thought you might like this one.
Hide and drink. Leather cord keeper. Hide and
I
drink.
like
is
the
it?
owl thing. That's cool.
What? A pug tape measure? That's kind of funny.
Yeah, some of them are pretty cool. Check it out.
Yep.
Tom's guide. We'll post the link. Just some gift ideas for you guys.
Cool.
Christmas is quickly approaching. You guys got any plans for Christmas?
Yeah, same old.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably go to
Yeah.
the family, do the family
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go to Andy from number 5, episode number 5, the standard episode. I'm probably going to go to his family's. So, yeah, I don't have a family. I'm an orphan. So,
You've been orphaned. That's
Sure.
why in your Survivor they dropped you off in the woods
yeah.
because they were worried about your
Yeah,
claws
in the
and
jungle
shit.
with the spider monkeys.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's her. Okay.
Yeah.
The jungle spider monkeys.
Survivalist.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. Is there any more free talk, guys? Okay, I do have one. Top 3 Star Wars characters. Jamie, go.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go with Boba Fett. I think I already talked about this. Boba Fett.
Me and you talked about this. Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Yep.
And then I feel like I should probably pick somebody from the other side. I'm gonna go Mace Windu.
Okay. Why does Mace Windu is on the other side?
Because he's on the light side, and the other two guys are dark side.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, Boba Fett's kind of.
I feel like he's on the dark side too.
Yeah. Okay.
So much different when Kenny's not here. Yeah. You?
I would have to say Solo, Skywalker, and Leia.
Oh, this is very interesting. Okay. So, Boba Fett. So, me and Jamie have the same first one.
Mm-hmm.
Solo. So, we both have that in common.
Right.
And Princess Leia in the fucking slave outfit is my favorite character. I remember when I was a kid.
Out, man.
Nah, not back then.
No,
I'm talking about when you watch that shit.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zip.
Carrie Fisher, dog.
Sure.
She was like 19, I think.
Sweet.
That was in her heyday.
Was she that young? Yeah, she was.
She was awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Did you ever see that picture where she's got her hand on Han's shoulder, and it's a cutscene, and she has a big old fucking Coke spoon, pinky nail?
No, I've never seen that. That's sweet.
It's fucking hilarious. And hella people were joking about it, like, oh, look at that, like you guys doing fucking cocaine with your fingernails and shit. She's like, no, we weren't.
We gotta find
did
it
cocaine with rolled up dollar bills
at the
like
end
adults.
of the show somewhere.
Yeah, freedom.
All right, so freedom topic number 1. We wanted to talk a little bit about the riots that are happening over in France right now. Something that sort of makes us kind of happy to see people standing up against their governments.
Yeah, for freedom.
When they get fucking taxed to the teeth and they say, fuck that, we're not going to take any of it. And they are revolting. They are basically getting what they want from their ruler. This guy is reversing taxes. He's fixing pensions. He's doing all kinds of shit. He's actually meeting their demands because
now.
I mean, it's taken a month, right? Of every weekend they've been rioting, and they're not just these are not just protests either. By the way, like I don't want to make it sound like we think
it's
they're
protests
all,
and riots.
Yeah, they're burning shit. They're lighting stuff on fire. They're making barricades and they're attacking police, which is never the best way to get shit done. But they are getting shit done. So what are we supposed to do about that?
I feel like it's the best way to get shit done.
All right.
Yeah.
Because shit's actually getting done. I mean, in all seriousness, they're taking shit back.
So the videos and stuff that I've seen, I haven't seen I can't justify a lot of it, but I mean, I've seen way worse.
Right.
I don't know if that justifies it in any way or puts it in context.
Let's
see where they were dumping the shit, the manure over the Capitol building.
Was awesome, man.
That was fucking awesome. The big old front loader just dumped like shit over their fucking government fence.
Like 2 tons of fucking dung.
Manure. And then they also, did you see the one where there was a gate in front of one of the buildings and they started putting concrete down and started putting bricks in front, building a wall in front of their gate.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
So they're doing a lot of stuff like that that's actually like protesting, vandalism / exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty fucking sweet.
Pretty
I didn't
cool.
see that.
Yep. So
that's what I feel like that's what we need to do here is just start disrupting everything.
Well, actually, let's let's play that video real quick, and then everyone can get an idea if they don't know about it.
Consecutive Saturday filled with protests and riots in France, all sparked by French President Emmanuel Macron's economic policies. Charlie Dagger reports.
Macron.
Good morning, Margaret. Once again, we witnessed scenes of chaos, destruction, and anger here on the streets of Paris. These yellow vest demonstrations were held elsewhere throughout the country. They overturned cars, set them on fire, tore plywood off storefronts, and clashed with riot police.
Oh, they're using them for
back
shields.
with water cannon, tear gas, and stun grenades. The Interior Ministry said today more than 1,200 people were arrested. That is unprecedented in this round of rioting. 120 people were
that was just on that
injured,
weekend.
said to be that serious. We saw a heavy police presence here in Paris. 89,000 security personnel deployed throughout the country. Now, away from the Champs-Elysees, we saw that protesters had smashed windows. They lit fires to barricades. We even saw some young people looting some shops. Now, these yellow vest demonstrations began weeks ago in a protest of a fuel tax hike. President Emmanuel Macron has scrapped that idea, but now there's this whole spectrum of complaints from people that we spoke to, largely having to do with low wages, high taxes, and a distrust of the government. Many are calling for Macron to resign. His approval rating has plunged to around 20%. Now, we're told the president will address the nation tomorrow night, but it's hard to know what he plans to do to calm such widespread anger. Margaret?
There you go.
Charlie D'Agata, thank you.
Yeah, fucking crazy. General distrust of the government.
They threw that in real quick.
Yeah.
I like it. So you want to talk to him about...
So what, do you know exactly what happened? Like, what brought this all about?
We got that article, don't we?
Yeah, it was a tax hike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it started over the gas tax.
Right.
Also, a little side note, all those guys are, what's cool about those yellow vests is that they are all required to use those yellow vests or have those vests inside their cars if they have a driver's license. So in your vehicle, you have to have it. So it actually shows that they're all wearing the same exact thing, that they actually are drivers and they have a valid statement or a concern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're having to pay for the tax. So the
taxation is theft.
From what I understand, I guess the rich somebody doesn't have to pay their taxes and put a tax on the gas.
To the middle wage
poor people or middle income people
middle class
have to pay for that. The difference in that tax break, right, or something like that.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yep.
Yeah.
And then as they protested all the gas tax part of it, then it became into distrust of government,
right,
and whatnot.
Yeah.
And this is what happens, dude. Socialism. You put that fucking socialism in there, and what happens? You just keep redistributing the wealth, and you get fucked.
Well, shit! It's not even redistribution of wealth. It's just stealing from the.
Well, I mean,
initially,
yeah, it's not just because they're all getting taxed. That's just what this current thing is. But they're pissed off about it. They have high, not just gas taxes, but they have high taxes.
Yeah,
and everything.
high taxes and everything.
But their whole country is a socialist country, like pretty much. Go look it up.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
They're down. They started a democracy, the modern democracy. That's where that phrase came from, one for all and all for one. Like everybody fights together.
Sounds like commie fucks.
It's not about the individual. It's about the community and the people, the will of the people. It is communism. It's the beginning of communism.
Yeah. Well, statism.
Yeah,
it's all
statism. Yeah, it's all. It really
statism.
Is. It's all connected.
You like how that it's totally
it's just
changed.
all the same. Yeah,
statism, bro.
Everything is.
It's not about the individual. It's about the collective.
Yeah.
And you get caught up in the whole upper class, middle class. No, it's every individual is the right to do whatever they want. It shouldn't be controlled or your money or property stolen by the government.
A group of people shouldn't be able to get together and say
bully someone into
what they're going to do with your money.
Yeah. Statism kills.
It really does.
Yeah.
So to kind of add to that, the big thing about this whole the protest and everything is that they think that this guy's Macron's presidency favors the rich. So that was one of the things. That was just another little bit of gasoline on the fuel that was the initial tax hike.
Yeah. Well, I know. You know what? I know that they'd say that, but you know what? They say that about every fucking president,
every ruler.
So it's all. Yeah. It's just the normal narrative. How we always try to step above that whole rich versus poor bullshit and the micro issues and the any of that stuff. We always try to step up above to the main issue. Right. It's fucking statism. It's fucking the collective versus the individual.
Yeah, and it's taxation too. I mean,
well, yeah, that's a collective. You know what I mean? That's what. Yeah. So fuck that.
I mean, but that's what. This is what France does.
Rich people are cool.
Democracy,
Who cares?
The democracy, like the people wanted. They were okay with voting for taxes, and then now that there's a certain group is being kind of like singled out. Mm-hmm. It created a lot a lot of distrust in the government. That's what it comes down to.
I'm sure it's been there, but more so. It like brought it to a boiling point.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
So
just
now
some of the videos I've seen.
So they started out with the protests, and they started doing the rioting, and now it's turned into a full-on revolt. Is what it's basically.
Wow.
So some of the things that they've accomplished then with this is that the president is going to raise the minimum wage. He's going to.
Yeah.
What else does he have here? He's urging employers, if they
Crony
can afford
capitalism.
it, to pay out bonuses to their struggling employees by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He's also getting rid of a tax increase, not the gas one. It was a tax heist that pensioners would face. He scrapped that idea. So they're real results. Real results are being achieved with this method.
Even though the raising the minimum wage is garbage.
That is a fucking. That's
well,
one of
these
those
people are
crowd
all
pleasers.
used to being fucking slaves.
That's a crowd pleaser result.
Sure,
you know what I mean.
absolutely.
Like, he just did that to be like, oh, that's gonna.
It's
buy
called
me
a
some
reach
time.
around. Yeah,
yeah. It's a fucking tongue-in-cheek move.
It's the double down.
Double cheat.
Yeah. So this is kind of what we were just saying. And so it's just that everyone keeps getting caught up in the let's fight against each other, right? The right or left, but it's actually the state versus you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always that way, but they sure do throw a smokescreen out there for people.
Well, yeah.
You know, and like Jamie, that's what you said, Jamie. We fucking transcend this shit, dude. That's what you said. Well, and it's very true. You know, we don't get caught up in.
Well, that's just like what that meme is saying, basically, too, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's something that I learned through listening to Johnny. I mean, that's something that, absolutely, though. But
you can get caught up in the little fights,
right? Yeah, well, we're used to.
They don't mean absolutely anything, right?
Well,
Jamie?
you get used to that whole right-left paradigm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or class versus class.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I like when people start talking shit about the rich. Yeah, they're a bunch of fuckheads. Don't get me wrong. So are poor people. So what? So it's not just the class. You know what I mean? It's the individual's right versus the collective is always where you got to come down to.
It's freedom versus
bro.
Government.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, freedom as fuck.
Freedom.
It's like, do you like freedom? Well, I'm not sure. What do you mean freedom?
Sure.
You don't like freedom. But our freedom fighters love freedom.
They sure do.
Well, most of them.
You better all love freedom.
I would see what you were going to say.
Come on, man.
I was waiting for a witty response like you motherfucker.
The disappointed father comes out.
Guys.
Oh, okay, so all of this work and you don't even love freedom?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing this for you. And you can't even enjoy your freedom.
Right. All right. So is there any more on the riots or taxation or the state or whatever?
That was kind of all I had.
Yeah.
It was I think it's important, but it's
something we wanted to touch on real quick, you know?
Yeah.
It was a quick little topic.
Right.
All righty. So we got a couple humor videos that we wanted to play real quick before our break, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to talk about what this thing's all about here, Chris?
Oh, okay. So,
is this a funny one?
It's paranormal funny.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, I didn't even know it.
So you got to listen to it all the way through.
Oh,
all the way through.
shit.
But it's really funny, and it's only
it's only a minute.
Yeah, it's only
Under
a minute long. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Fire.
All right, here we are.
Alright, so I was just chilling downstairs, right? And, like, just out of nowhere, I hear a big bang. Boom! Upstairs, right? And I don't know what it is because I'm home alone. My mom and my grandparents are the only people I live with, and my dog.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom and my grandparents' friend, they went out to my cousin's football game, and I stayed here because I have to go to one of my friend's birthday party, right? So, if there's actually something here, then I am scared. Here, hold on, let me see. If you came here to kill me, clap your hands.
What? Listen.
Oh my god, his voice, bro. Sounds like that voice that I made. It actually does sound like that.
was scared shitless, dude.
Oh my god!
Oh, didn't even hesitate.
Dude,
Just
that
gone.
sound was great.
Dude,
I'm out.
Paranormal, dude. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like his sister, dad, or whoever's upstairs fucking with him. That was awesome.
That was pretty fucking good, dude.
He was probably, whoever it was listening was just waiting around, and they were going to like scare him, but then when they heard him do that, like, he's like,
oh, shit, dude. How funny would that be to come home and hear that shit?
Oh, that was amazing.
Look at this shit.
So, even if that kid set that whole thing up, that was fucking,
yeah, it was
he
pretty
deserves
hilarious,
that was
dude.
good.
His little whine sounded pretty legit.
That was pretty funny at the end. He's just not having a good time with that.
No.
Okay, this guy apparently got really mad at a bagel shop.
This is good.
I mean, just
have you seen this, Chris?
Here it is.
No.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I just heard the beginning of it, and I started laughing my
It
ass
just
off.
sounds funny.
Here we go.
Bro, you got...
Do you put bacon, eggs, and cheese on a cinnamon raisin bagel?
Bacon, egg, and
The
cheese.
attack happened last month in East Williamsburg. Police say
Yeah, I
the
think
customer attacked
he has
the
more.
worker, throwing
Look at that
food
shit.
and other
Oh,
items
that's-
at him
I
after
guess
the
that is
sandwich
okay.
didn't come fast enough for him. The worker says the customer seemed drunk.
Wow.
Fortunately, the good news here,
He seemed
the employee
drunk.
was not
Who
seriously hurt.
fucking
Oh,
puts
shit.
ham and cheese on a cinnamon raisin bagel?
This guy.
dude?
Fucking drunk people.
Wow, dude.
This guy does.
That sounds good, actually. That's cinnamon raisin bagels.
Smoked
are-
a bowl, drank
cinnamon
some beer.
Raisin bagels are my fucking favorite, dude.
Yeah, debatable.
Just bacon, egg, and cheese
no,
on that
it's not
shit,
debatable.
dude.
I really do like them. I will. It's not debatable.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Anyways, that one was awesome.
It was.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I'm just gonna do a couple for you,
Couple short
back to
ones?
back. Yeah, just because
This one's
they're
great.
some of my favorites, and they're just simple little vines. You remember R.I.P. Vine? It's not around anymore.
Rip.
Some physical comedy for you guys.
Oh, that one's fucking great, bro.
I forgot about that one, dude. I remember seeing that. I remember like at the very beginning of all this madness that we have
God,
now.
that's
social-
awesome.
I remember
Dun, 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 dun,
Vine.
I love
Vine
how
had
it's like
the
an
best.
explosion when she hits
Yeah.
her head. Whoa!
Vine had the best videos.
All right, now watch. Here's another good one. Let's watch this guy.
Short one.
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
All proper, like fucking Frenchies.
Oh, dude.
God damn it.
Just how he says it.
You would think they'd be the French would be used to violence, being with all
face,
these
dude.
riots, but you can't even take that. You know what I mean?
Is that guy French?
Yeah,
He didn't sound French.
science, bro.
God damn it, Chris.
Geography's weird.
Geography's so weird.
I had to do it for you, so
Dude,
Yeah,
he
fucking
just,
Frenchies.
Just that he's like so matter of factly about it. I can't believe you've done this. You just punched him in the face.
Like he knocked over a carton of milk or something.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
exactly.
you've done
Spilled
this.
some
I
food or
believe
something.
you've done
Yeah.
this.
all proper, like yeah. Alrighty,
Those are great.
do we have any others?
Oh man.
Not
That
for
was
the.
pretty good.
No, we can.
Okay.
We got to save these. for the
Yeah.
next.
So break time.
All right. Sounds good, folks.
Let's take a break.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back with part number 2, episode 20. Thanks for tuning in. What is up, everyone? We are back. This is part 2, episode 20. Back from our little break. Did you guys have a good break?
Yeah,
Episode 20.
chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling
I was looking at some stuff
Yeah,
Things
on the hub,
on the
that
on the
the
dark
hub.
web.
on
on the hub.
the P hub, dude.
on the interhub.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what we're gonna call it from now on. Or I am anyway.
The interhub.
Oh fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
It's the interhub.
Interhubs.
Sure.
So
I
you
like
guys,
the S at the end.
you guys got any shout outs you want to do?
I had a few during the show.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
as Valerie, she's here. as
2
our-
shout outs in one show.
Yeah.
What up, Val?
Yeah, Valerie's in our audience.
Yeah.
She's not paying attention to us though. So
Nah, she got earbuds on.
Yeah. I don't even think she could hear us.
Well, she can't see the video,
Wait,
so it's
she's
probably a
flipping
little
off Johnny.
weird when you're hearing us talk about something she can't even see.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Chi.
Chi.
Like the Chi.
Yeah, you can't see
kind of like
it.
Munster.
You can't see it, so you don't really understand it.
It's kind of like Swiss cheese,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like the Chi,
Swiss. Swiss.
that on episode 1 when they're running after the Chi wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I get what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand now.
Downhill.
Yeah. Mac and Chi was funny as hell.
Mac and
was pretty
cheese.
good.
Little mac and cheese.
Oh, shout out to Sheldon and Hunter. Couple of friends of mine.
Couple of freedom fighters.
Yeah, a couple of yeah.
There you go.
Kind of status, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever. I mean, there is. There's everything wrong with it.
But it's America. You can do what the fuck you want. You know,
they're still my
really.
friends. I still love them. You know?
Our buddy Steven from the quickie stop over there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Steven's cool, man.
We all know him.
What's
yeah,
up,
he's cool
Steven?
shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
What up, Steven?
Loyal freedom fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He loves the episode 16. Which by the way, so we did that little rap video. If you guys didn't check it out, So Hood.
So Hood. Yeah, that was pretty good.
And that was because he actually said he liked it, but he was actually talking more about, I think, the beginning of the show. But when we saw the Hood thing, me and Chris kind of just said, let's make a little gangster video.
Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave us a great, brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
So who else we got? Ashley and Chase.
Yep. What up?
And then Misty and Todd.
Yeah. What's up?
There we are.
Some other listeners right there.
Yeah, we got some freedom fighter couples.
Yeah. What up to Melissa?
Yeah.
There we go.
Our Florida friend.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's a nice group of people that listen to us pretty consistently. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Feels good, man.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Right on.
Yeah, I like that people don't take us so seriously that they just send us hate mail.
Yet. Hasn't happened yet.
Dude, that's the thing. It's only going to take...
I've had it on my personal social media.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About the show?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say...
But about the same shit, though.
All it's going to take, dude, is we post this thing somewhere, the fucking wrong place.
Triggered.
Oh, it's going to be hilarious. I fucking welcome it. Honestly, I'm
Snowflakes.
Let's
triggered.
do
Put it on Twitter, dude. Seems like everything gets banned there lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be putting it on fucking Twitter. I'm dropping
They
the ball
can't
on
handle
that.
the Deadpool podcast.
Yeah, right.
Right.
The anti-podcast.
Speaking of... Wait, are we going into another topic? Because I kind of got one that
Free talk.
we can talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last night I watched Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I love that.
It was
For the
pretty
first
good.
time?
Yeah, for the first time.
Oh, cool.
It was pretty cool.
I love that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. A couple of my friends didn't like it as much as the first one, but the first
No.
one was made more like a funny out of nowhere, like a randomness,
Right.
you know, that wasn't done before, basically.
Right.
And then this one tried to make it more like it was an actual movie, but still having that like context.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Staying true to the original one, but yet like making it more of a serious movie.
I thought it was I thought it was good, but at the same time there's I didn't like the low budgetness of it. You know what I'm saying?
You thought it was low budget? I thought it was about. It was more than the first one.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it was kind of like campy. Maybe that's why.
Well,
Maybe that's why.
I feel like the movie franchise is that way.
Yeah, it is
for him.
Yeah,
for Deadpool.
No, just something I couldn't
Cable
put my,
was legit.
Something I couldn't
Operator.
put my finger on.
Future operator.
So Cable was really good.
Yeah, that little shield when he fucking blips up on his arm.
Dude,
like,
you know what was funny, dude, is when like they
magnetic gun.
They went into to like go kick ass, right? Like Deadpool finally put his team together, and then they get there.
Best friends that execute pedophiles together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
There's that, and then but they were like they got there to their destination, and all hell breaks loose, and it winds up just being Deadpool at the end of it. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah. Yeah.
Go home, Sugar Bear.
Nah, I mean, Cable and remember the other X-Men came there.
Right.
Trainee.
Yeah, trainee.
Brad Pitt getting zapped on the power lines. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
The Vanisher.
Yeah. Also,
wait, that was Brad Pitt?
Yeah, I didn't know that till the second time I
what
watched
the fuck?
it. Yeah. So you see him literally for like 1,000, 2,000, boom, done.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt.
So one of the
awesome.
one of the rednecks was Matt Damon.
Right, and the other one is the what's his name? The captain of the Firefly and Serenity.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is.
Really?
Yeah.
Those two rednecks
Holy
sitting on the
shit.
back of the truck
Yeah,
drinking beer.
The
talking
one
about toilet paper.
Yeah, the one that Cable steals.
Right.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until actually this last week. Oh yeah, shout out to Barry in Nevada. That's where I watched it. And he told me that little fun fact.
Barry, thank you,
Yeah.
Barry, for adding content to our show.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you liked it overall. Did you watch the 2 parts at the end that like have the extra footage where he goes back in time and stuff? Spoiler alert.
I did. Yeah, we're going to totally spoil it for you. We're also going to spoil Ant-Man in a second.
Should probably,
hold on.
Well, so hold on. One thing about that, I haven't seen Ant-Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got off trick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what happened?
I haven't seen the first one? Are you talking the first one, Chris?
Oh, you haven't seen either of them?
Yeah,
I
I don't
seen
really
the
care if you
second
spoil
one.
those. But I think earlier, before we start talking about Deadpool,
Right.
we should put the spoiler alert thing over the...
Oh, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Deadpool was... it was pretty good. It was definitely good for a sequel.
Spoiler alert. All right, so Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. Ah, dude, it could have been a CW half-hour show.
I thought that why is he
really-
Ant-Man? Shouldn't he be Uncle Man?
Uncle Man from U.N.C.L.E.? That's a whole different show, dude. That's a whole different show.
Yeah.
It's a whole other evening.
That's a whole different era of Spirey.
Spidery? No, Ant.
Spirey.
Oh, sorry.
Spirey.
Why? Why did Schwarzenegger?
I don't know, dude. Come on, man.
That was
I just do it.
Irish there for
I
a
just
second.
do it.
Or
Spirey.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just do it.
So, anyways, Ant-Man.
So Ant-Man, it was really, God, it was like the lines were really,
Cricket Man?
really kind of cheesy. The banter back and forth was kind of meh. Like the effects.
You're talking about Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ant-Man 2.
Oh, okay.
That's
Just to be
Ant-Man
clear.
and Wasp, right?
Yeah. Is that what it was called? Ant-Man 2?
I don't know.
Ant-Man and Wasp, I
But
think.
part 2, whatever.
I just was
I haven't
not
seen that one.
like the
Saw the
first
first
one
one.
was funny. Like there was actual like comedy. These guys. I mean, it was done really well. And then
Well, because Paul Rudd is fucking hilarious.
yeah, it's like no matter what he's in, he's always just kind of funny. You know, he's always like Jamie, like that subtle humor, but it's good. It gets in there. It gets in your
thank
brain.
you.
Yeah, so smooth.
So,
Crickets.
So what about?
So yeah, Ant-Man.
What else about it? What else about me?
What else about? See,
Humility right out the window.
Yeah.
What? So Ant-Man was it was kind of. I would give it 3 out of 5 stars.
So I didn't see Ant-Man because I don't know anything about Ant-Man, and I didn't really. Paul Rudd, awesome. Would watch it just based on him. I saw him as Ant-Man in Captain America: Civil War.
Right.
That made me want to watch Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But I still haven't seen it.
It was good. He was good in Civil War, and he was good. I mean, he was good in all 3. It wasn't him.
But you're just not feeling the second one as
It just wasn't like it. I feel like they just kind of like
sequels are almost always like that.
It was kind of like a setup for a TV show, almost like Firefly was. You know, it was like
Serenity and Firefly.
Yeah, like it was kind of like that. Like they were setting up for a CW.
There's
show.
a rumor. I don't know if it's valid or not, but they're going to be doing another season of Firefly.
Really?
Like now, like as
like
they are older.
A new.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but
Wow,
yeah,
that would be.
I'm a big fan. So
we're gonna have to check that out.
You guys are the Firefly fans?
Oh yeah, Firefly and Serenity the movie.
Because Firefly, like there's a fucking community.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, the captain is totally like ANCAP, fucking freedom, libertarian-ish.
Yeah.
So
and
I like that he's a space pirate, dude.
I've seen him in other shit,
Badass.
and I like him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him though, but I did try to get into Firefly. Firefly's the show, right? Serenity's the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had a buddy of mine when I used to live in the apartments back in. I mean, we're talking before 2007. Is when he tried to get me into it, and I watched several episodes, so I know about like what the Reavers are, kind of.
Yeah, you want Reavers? That's how you get Reavers.
And then there's
That's how you get Reavers.
That like semi paranormal girl that's like in their crew who kind of like awakens and fucking turns into a badass out of nowhere.
She's been like programmed.
Yeah, she's like a sleeper cell.
She's
kind
like
of
a
thing.
psychic weapon.
She also played the Terminator, right? Terminator girl.
I don't know. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think she did.
I don't know.
No, is that really her?
She was in the
I think so.
Stargate show. Oh, there's that whole cell phone thing again.
Yeah, it's bringing up her her page right now. Like
NSA.
Yeah,
They're calling
thank you, NSA.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I liked what I saw, but it just like I kind of tapered off. I'll have to get on a binge watch of that, and then
so okay, here's a good one for you, freedom fighters. Just type in Firefly series, I think it is, on Facebook, and all the series is on their Facebook page.
No shit.
Yeah, so you can watch every episode on there.
That's fucking tight.
And in Netflix, I think they still have They still play Serenity.
Serenity is on Netflix.
Yeah.
The movie.
I would watch.
So the movie's kind of like
first.
it's kind of like the sum up and like the fast version.
Like it gives you all the like
closure.
background on the characters and stuff like that, and sets it up for the show.
Yep.
Tight.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really it's actually a pretty
Dope,
good
boy.
It was pretty good. A pretty good concept to do that. Like take a movie and turn it into a complete show and just like right out the gate.
What was the other way around? It was the series.
Was
first.
it really?
Yeah. Series.
Really?
First. Yep.
I thought it was the other way around.
Do you guys remember the RoboCop series?
I learned something new every day, Johnny.
The series. I vaguely remember that.
Like there was a RoboCop series like during the 90s.
Yeah, I do remember it. I just don't really.
That could have been really good, but it was really bad.
It was the legit RoboCop. Like as far as for costume wise and like voice wise, they did pretty good. And like how he moved, because you had to be a special guy to be able to move the way that that actor did. I forget his name right now, but it was like, but it wasn't RoboCop because it wasn't gory. And like fucking, there weren't people like shooting up in the street corners and foaming at the mouth and shit, and somebody gets fucking blasted in the head or some shit.
Yeah,
there was none of that. There was none of that. It was just like, I'm RoboCop, like I'm a cop and I'm a robot and don't do drugs.
Yeah, dead or alive, you're coming with me.
There was one thing that like he did in the show that I never saw him do in the movies, which I kind of like the whole lore. Like he might have other technology they never explored. There was like a truck or some shit, and he was holding onto a chain. And the other end of the chain was attached to the truck, and he was going to like hold it there and like keep it from going. So there's like a bunch of slack, and it's like driving away from him. And it shows his feet, and then at his feet, like the concrete underneath his feet, just spider webs in
like
all different
buckles,
directions. Yeah. Because what it did is he shot like railroad ties, like into the fucking, or not railroad ties, but railroad spikes, like out of his feet
remember that
into the ground.
Yeah.
And so like when the truck got to the end of the chain and reached the end of the slack, like it stopped, and he didn't move anywhere, and it just like ripped the truck in half. It stopped it completely.
Remember the movie RoboCop, the first one, where the scientist guy that's like computer guy or whatever eats his shit.
Yeah.
The baby food.
Yeah.
Just wanted
to yeah.
That was interesting.
It's a rudimentary pace.
Yeah.
That actually wasn't
just wanted to point that out.
Rudimentary pace.
That was what sustains RoboCop. That was like what he eats basically.
That's what he ate, yeah. Or pretty much like
it was still gross.
Was it like his blood? Like
it was like a soft cert out of his ass.
No. It's something that like is put into him or gets made inside of his armor or whatever that sustains him. It's something to feed his organic
parts. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
RoboCop's pretty tight though.
It was a random. Yeah, I love RoboCop. Yeah. The new one was alright.
You're gonna be one bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
He looks into the camera.
I liked all the effects that they had. Like when I first saw those effects, like I saw the movie at the movie theater, and you see the screen come on and his point of view, like RoboCop's point of view.
Yeah, through his visor or whatever.
Dude, that was really badass, man. That was really
You're talking about the original one, right?
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, because how it looks looks like a monitor, like the lines. Like, yeah, they did really
cool
good.
As fuck.
And then all the shaking and the cutting out, dude. That was like that was a real like neat thing to see because there was no like CGI.
There was no point of view shit like that either. I don't think.
Yeah, no, and it was like
Terminator did that, right?
We were seeing like these crazy
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
With the little tracking and stuff.
He did, and in the first one too, when he goes through, right when he says "I'll be back" and he drives the fucking truck through that building, and he's inside there. Yeah,
those are like the only two that
I like his point of view too.
Terminator. It was cool because they're two different variants of that.
Yeah.
Then he had all like the different visions and stuff. Oh, fucking Predator, same thing.
Who would win, dude? RoboCop or Terminator?
Terminator.
See, it's a rough one. It's a rough one because you have to look. So I've seen a superpower. I've seen a superpower beatdown for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of shit that you don't take into consideration that they took into consideration from all the video games and shit that have featured the two characters. RoboCop actually has these bombs that are on the other side of his leg. That he deploys.
I remember the RoboCop game. You hit the bombs and they fall out like across the floor and like they blow up around your enemy. Or
like little grenades.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a small little like a cluster bomb type of thing.
Cool.
You now have 15 seconds to comply.
And then, but also then like the Terminator then has shit like the minigun, which would fucking destroy.
Didn't RoboCop also have where his arm he could put like a machine gun on it?
Yeah, in RoboCop 3, he did.
Oh, okay, that's
you could take off his hand.
Because see, Marvel had a comic
or something, right?
Well, it was a machine gun. It had a fucking 40 mic and a flamethrower.
Oh yeah, I do remember all that.
And he had the jetpack.
And he has a spike.
Yeah.
For downloading or stabbing someone.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the comic book was pretty cool. I had some of those issues.
I never got into the RoboCop comic books.
They're pretty cool. I have a few of them.
Are they? Is it like the movie? Like
they're like from that girl Marvel.
Lines from the movie.
Yeah, from that girl Marvel. Yeah, that we never heard of.
That lady Marvel, Marvel lady.
Yeah,
yeah.
Never heard of her.
Who?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think we're ready to go to the gun things, right?
Yeah, you guys want to see some irresponsible gun ownership?
Yes.
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
Okay.
Is this like what not to do?
Yeah, these would be very much what not to do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
You're at a party and you have an AK fully automatic, and this is what you don't do.
Yeah. You're hanging out. Your buddies. You guys all get it in your head.
Maybe a margarita or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. You see the hole, and then he just plays it off.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Play it one more time.
He almost killed his buddy, dude.
Oh, right by his ass.
Fuck.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah, like no big deal. Like maybe could have killed
someone. That's what
someone.
scares me about guns, dude. The irresponsible people.
It's because some people are fucking dumb.
Yeah, so
and,
irresponsible.
Hey, at least he wasn't this guy though.
Right in the ass.
Oh, dude.
Do that one. Oh, here it is. Oh, or upper leg, whatever.
Yeah,
dude, look at this. Right, watch this robe move.
Oh, brutal.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do it again. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that's an AK, man. That's not a small bullet.
No, yeah. 7.62 to your ass, and not a fun day.
Wow.
Yeah.
These we got another one for you. We're gonna let it. We're gonna let it ride.
Yeah.
Oh, keep going.
Now we'll bring it to America.
Yeah, we're gonna let it ride.
So yeah, we're not picking on anyone.
Yeah, this is all over the world.
We're not xenophobic here. We hate everybody.
We believe
equally.
everybody can be stupid.
Yeah. You dumb.
Listen.
Dumb.
Watch.
I just fucking shot myself.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
A1 fucking draw.
Oh shit.
I just fucking shot myself.
I just fucking shit myself.
You know it's bad when you add the G at the end of fucking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. He shat himself too.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't.
Wow.
Yeah. That sucks, dude. So that shot
Brings
himself
it
in the
to
thigh.
Yeah.
Shot himself in the thigh. Like that could potentially, if that went through his leg, you could hit the femoral artery there. You could very easily die from that.
Yeah. Cricket.
Which is fucking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about this too?
Yeah.
Moving right along.
So yeah, go ahead and pop up to this one.
There you go.
Yeah. So we used to be able to teach gun safety in school. We used to have guns in school.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
That's
Fucking
funny.
gun racks in the trucks in the school parking lot and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Not in my lifetime, but
Yeah. In the 80s, I think it was up to the 80s.
Yeah,
They were doing it in the 80s when I was a kid.
I remember that driving around with the gun racks and.
Well, this is about school, like teaching it in school. So they had like gun.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
Like kids.
Driving up to school
would drive to school with their gun racks, and their guns on their gun racks, and it was like a common thing. It wasn't anything that wasn't normal.
Yeah, the media and society has made it this weird
like,
fucking thing.
I think because this is just a thought.
Yeah.
Like okay, so this is a government institution. Like schools are run by governments. Not the government directly, but governments, right? Like local governments or whatever.
State, whatever.
Yeah. You get a bunch of whiny parents saying that they don't want guns. Also, like the liability. I mean, you know, around the 80s, 90s, we started. There was started
the
to be
lawsuit era.
A lot of lawsuits. Yeah, I think that's a huge.
I'm sure
part.
it's a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge part of why we don't have
snowflakes and lawyers, basically.
And lawyers.
Yeah.
Lawyers ruin everything.
Science.
That is some pretty fucking That's pretty scientific. I don't think it gets more scientific than government's a thief.
Wait, what?
I'm just throwing some more science.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be cool if we still did this shit, though.
It would be.
Indeed, it really would.
If we had more people that were educated on
Yes.
how to use guns and how to properly use them and properly care for them and store them. And
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
Sort of thing.
But this is why you take it upon yourself as the individual, right? You go out and learn how to do this. You go and take the classes. You go find a friend or somebody that you know that has firearm experience. If you don't have any,
you got to think too, like which yes, absolutely, which all of us have done, right? Because that's something that interests us. But the thing is, it doesn't interest a lot of people, and I feel like that's where a lot of the negative.
Because they don't know anything about it,
right? It doesn't interest them, so they don't bother to do any research on it, and therefore they just immediately take the side of. Oh, it must
be bad.
It's scary and it's bad because they don't understand it.
Right.
And it's all because they're not interested in it. And I understand, like, if you're not interested you're not interested. But don't, like, I'm not interested in a lot of shit, but that doesn't mean I go out and chastise the people who are doing that, or I don't like sports. But I understand a lot of people like sports.
Right.
Just because I don't understand football doesn't mean that it's not an awesome thing to watch.
Right. Or like drunken Russian kung fu.
Yeah, which is like
if you
one
don't
of my
understand
favorite
it, don't make fun of it.
Yeah, I mean, why participate? You know,
property rights.
That would be neat if we still had some of this stuff in here today.
Yeah. Well, the culture is just so much different than it used to be.
Yeah. Well, so I've been sort of scrolling through this article here, so you guys can pause it and sort of read up on it there if you want to, or you can just navigate your ass to this ridiculous URL here and find it.
Yeah.
Or just Google it.
Sure.
You guys know how to use Google. You found the fucking Grim 86 Freedom First podcast, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
So what's that new prop that goes into effect on the 1st?
I don't know what it's called, but what it does is if you are under the age of 21, so if you're 18 to 20 right now, go buy your gun if you live in California before the 1st of the year. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to buy a long gun.
So it applies to rifles.
Yeah. It's already pistols have already been that in California. You have to be 21 to get a pistol.
Right.
But the shotguns and long guns, rifles, you were able to get if you were 18. So now you have to wait till you're 21. So you have a couple weeks to do it, and I believe that's like now because you have the 10-day waiting.
Yep.
So 10 days till the 1st.
So what is the justification behind raising the
government protecting us as usual?
Yeah,
I know.
They're trying to say that between the ages 18 and 21, it's the same reason why you can't buy a handgun.
Sure, but you can go vote and you can go to war.
Yeah, you can't buy a handgun until you're 21 as opposed to 18 because it's more concealable, and the thought process behind it is that the individual is more mature at 21 than they are 18, so therefore more likely to be more responsible.
That's insane.
But they can go kill people overseas.
But think about but I mean, even before that, think about this: like the Civil War in our country, or the American Revolution was fought primarily by teenagers.
Well, yeah, a lot of wars.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I don't agree with it.
I know you guys. I know you guys don't think
anybody watching the podcast.
I think you guys. I know that about you guys. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to think that our country was founded on or fought. The wars were fought by, teenagers, and here we are, who were probably less educated. Were probably less educated, but knew how to handle a firearm. Yeah,
and it was a different level of skills that people knew back in that time.
And here we are all this time later with all this technology at our hands. Smarter people, apparently. I mean, that's what
debatable.
It's definitely
I know what
debatable.
you mean, though. Yeah.
So, and it's like we're going back to like the Protestant times where like people like the left wants to or the group of government wants to control everything we do. They want to take bad words out of our vocabulary. They want to, take guns out of our society. Like, I mean, it gets old, dude. It's just tiresome.
Yep.
Control.
It is, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, different set of skills back then, though, in the revolutionary times for sure.
Yeah, but still,
your teenager knew how to fire a gun, probably knew how to skin a cat,
start a fire.
Yeah,
See,
exactly. You know
see,
what
that's
I mean?
the thing. Like we've gotten away from
grow crops.
We've gotten away from
build things,
from learning things to like manual labor, and I think a big part of that is, I mean, guns are involved in a lot of the people who do manual labor. More of like the outdoorsy people like guns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think here we are. We moved all to these big cities, and everybody's protected by the cops, and it's.
There are some people though where you can tell that they have a genuine interest for it, and maybe they only developed that interest for it once they were able to afford it, and maybe it was that cush city job that landed them the ability to finally enjoy that hobby. I met a gentleman that works for a big corporate company. And he's a trainer. He trains out all like the line level employees on basic company operations. Basically, you go to him to get your basic training to work in the corporation that he worked for as a retail corporation. And I got to talking with him over a couple of drinks one time after the orientation because I was being trained by him, and he was a CCW holder.
Nice.
He showed me his CCW in his wallet, and we talked about how the company doesn't let you carry that as part of the company. Like it was really cool. Like we had it was I was not expecting. I was like, this guy's gonna be a fucking yuppie. Like he's trying to, you know what I mean? No, he was totally fucking cool.
Right.
He was so kind of a funny story. So I have tinnitus. Yeah, it was great, right? I have tinnitus in my left ear, and when I went on this orientation, they send you up there with a bunkmate. Usually, they try and get everyone to go 2 per hotel room to keep the cost down. So I email him and I say, "Hey man, I got tinnitus in my left ear. If there's a way that I can get my own room, because I always have to have music going or a fan on, like it's going to be super annoying for my roommate if I have to have all this noise going because I need noise to sleep."
Right.
And he gave me my room by myself, and we got to talking, and he goes, "You were the one that said you had tinnitus, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "Me too." He goes, "I got the same thing." He goes, "I was out at the shooting range one time, and this guy brought out a fucking 308. It was not an AK. It was a 308, a big fucking bullet.
Like an FN or HK or something like that?
Something like that, or a Scout maybe, something wood. But he said...
M14 maybe?
Maybe an M14. Yeah. But it was, I guess, it was an indoor range. And the gun was long enough that the muzzle brake stuck out past the lane.
Yeah.
So, and he was right next to it. So
sounds like M14.
Took that first round, and it fucking just and just never went away. He said.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, we had that in common. We both were gun enthusiasts, and it just wasn't something I expected to see from like a corporate guy. Yeah.
Right.
Tinnitus.
Yeah.
That what that happened? I shot at 357 snub nose, right? And when it went off, it was just so loud. And I was outdoors. I was totally not expecting it to be that loud. Holy shit.
They're loud,
dude. Dude, it was like a cannon. And the snap of the bullet was so sharp, my ear just rang. My right ear just rang, just like.
So just like when you're...
horrible.
So think about that. Like even just like when you're DJing, anytime you leave a show or anything, anytime you hear that ring, that's permanent damage to your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of punk rock shows.
I have, dude. I have
shotguns.
Such bad hearing from being a DJ.
What?
Dude. Such bad hearing.
Hey.
What?
I love going to shows and concerts and shit because when I get out of them, both my ears are ringing and I can't. Like it's almost like I don't have the fucking tinnitus anymore.
Yeah.
Do you get tendonitis elbow?
It's called tennis elbow.
Oh.
I had that.
That's from Pornhub.
Yeah,
I get that.
Been practicing since I was 12.
Oh shit.
12, late starter, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got one more free talk for you guys before we go into the topic number 2. So lately in the news, there's this lady named, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Cyntoia Brown, and she, when she was 16 years old, apparently from the articles that I've read, she kind of had a rough childhood. She was forced into prostitution. She was propositioned by like a 47-year-old guy, I think he was, and he drove her back to his house, and then she feared for her life, thinking he was going to get a gun and shoot her, so she pulled a gun out of her own purse, 16-year-old girl, and shoots and kills this man because she feared for her life. Now, she's been behind bars the entire time. She was tried as an adult, apparently, and so she's been locked up, and she's now 30 years old, and she's going to court, and I guess it's in limbo as of right now, but she might get she might have to spend 51 years behind bars before she can get parole.
Wow.
All because she feared for her life and killed someone when she was 16.
Yeah.
Now, granted, like the prosecutors are trying to say that there was a blanket and a pillow on like the couch in the living room, meaning that like the guy like set up a space for her to sleep that wasn't with him, and also that she allegedly shot and then robbed this guy. So like it goes from it being a self-defense
it's all over
thing
the place.
to So
well, yeah, but and then again, he could have just put the pillow and blanket on the couch to lure her in there. Like, oh, you could just stay here. I mean, this could go either way.
Yeah,
I don't.
It can.
Really,
it really can.
Yeah, I would have to see all the.
You have to be actually in the fucking courtroom and hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Case.
I mean, this is it's
crazy.
Yeah, and there was the first article that I read. The headline was so fucking misleading. The first thing that I read about this, and not a damn one has said anything about it afterwards, was this woman was drugged, was sex trafficked, drugged and raped by multiple men when she was 16. And then purchased by a pedophile who was 47 years old, and then she finally gets up the courage enough to fight back. She kills her oppressor, and then is now being tried as an adult and may spend 57 or whatever many years behind
Well, that's
bars.
a whole different thing.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Different than,
like the three other articles I read mentioned nothing about sex trafficking, nothing about that. Only one article I found said that she was forced into prostitution because she had a rough childhood. So there's
yeah, it could be just the whole anti-gun angle of it too. They just want to make another story to have.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
And no one really delves into it.
I didn't see a whole lot of them trying to push for legislation. It just seemed like it's another story.
That's what I mean. I just mean
it seems kind of rare that it probably is that she's a female being tried as an adult. I think more males get tried as adults.
How old was
right?
she when
16?
She was 16 when it happened.
Jesus.
She's 30 years old now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, dude, that's rough, man. I mean,
I'll show them the article here so you guys can kind of see.
That's really rough.
There you go.
Dude.
Yeah, 51 years, but that's fucking...
It just seems excessive to me.
Well, I mean, if she shot and killed this guy in his house to rob him, maybe not. But,
See, that's
but
the thing.
we don't
What
know.
was the,
we'll never know.
What did she steal? Did they say?
They didn't say. No, it was just that I've seen two articles say that she was there to rob him. Right here.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what that part was. You know what I mean? Like, would she take one thing that was like a sweater? You know what I mean? Or did she like take his wallet and his money? And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly?
Exactly. So we need more evidence on that. But
We need more details.
I wanted to bring that up because that's a hot button issue, in my opinion. That's what we're all about here on the Grim 86 Freedom First podcast.
Yeah, it's really
stirring the pot.
if we had more info. Okay, so let me ask you this. Then.
Yep.
If it's kind of related, it's should the state be allowed to execute people?
I say no.
In other words, do you believe in the death penalty?
Is what you're asking. Yeah. No.
So
I don't think so.
I think that there are certain people out there that should be put in the fucking ground for the things that they do or have done, but I don't think I have the authority to give that sort of a command, and I don't really know who does. So that's kind of that's a gray area for me.
Right. Well, it comes down where the state has so many people in prison that get let off death row because they were wrong, like especially before the genetic testing and stuff.
Oh yeah, DNA tests and shit
DNA.
like that.
There you
go.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of that. So I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't agree
democracy,
with it.
right?
Like as much as I. Like there are people like fucking pedophiles. Like, come on, fuck those people. We don't need them in the gene pool anymore.
But they don't get put to death.
I know, but
Even
I mean,
now.
it's just there are people out there that do such heinous things that like maybe they should. But I don't know who really has the authority to fucking
right.
to
And that
make
goes back
call.
into our Second Amendment thing. Like that's where people actually need to get training, learn guns, learn martial arts. Maybe not Chi and maybe not drunken kung fu from a Russian, but you should learn some stuff. You should be aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean? Like there's things that you need to do as an individual to actually take care of yourself and your friends and your loved ones' safety.
So you're talking about just being proactive against the victim complex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not proactive, you're going to be a victim. You still may be a victim, but at least your chances increase. Just awareness in your surroundings and what you're getting yourself into, where you're positioning in life and where you're at, that is the number one thing. If you're always on guard and you're watching things and you have training, you're not going to be a victim most likely.
And you're right, because like even you remember that video that we watched about the color codes?
Yep.
Yeah,
right?
we talked about that.
I really want to.
Yeah, we're going to do a special on that.
I really want to.
Absolutely.
But just
the awareness
a little
color
bit.
codes.
Yeah, even if
from what's his name? His name is Cooper. I don't remember what his other name is, but his last name.
But even just something as little as making eye contact with somebody. If somebody's walking behind you and you turn your head back and you look at him, you give him a little nod, and then you turn back around, like you just became like you're not unaware.
Yeah, you know they're there.
That guy
let
knows
them know you're there.
That you know that he's there, and now you're not an unsuspecting victim anymore,
Right.
and you just you gain like a 50% survivability rate, or even a 50% less chance of even being in a confrontation at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always be aware.
It's better for you to greet somebody than to walk past them.
Yeah,
For that
or at
very-
least
for that
look
very
at them
reason.
and like
Yeah.
nod or whatever.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's good to acknowledge people.
Mhm.
I mean, it's good. It's courteous too. I like to be courteous to people.
Yeah, fuck them. But yeah, so anyways, that's just, if you guys need to start training like in martial arts, train at the gun range, seek out classes. If you know anyone in the military or anything like that, or law enforcement, ask them for advice. Start watching things on YouTube about like awareness. There's books out there. You can learn all about this stuff.
Trust your natural instinct also.
Sure.
I mean, that's huge. That's a big.
A
That's
lot of people don't have that anymore though, because they've been getting dulled down. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's something that's innate, like your natural defense system or your warning system.
The best thing is awareness in space.
Yeah, awareness.
So if you have your awareness and you have distance on whatever that possible threat is, that threat could be just a bunch of parked cars. There could be someone hidden behind those parked cars.
Right.
You can't see it. So if you're walking further away from the parked cars, if someone pops out, guess what? You have time to react.
You ever been a victim of a crime?
Negative. Well, one-time theft, but I wasn't. I mean,
a violent crime.
Oh no.
No. How about you, Jamie?
No. Not that I can recall anyway. Theft for me though too, but not a violent crime.
Yeah.
No.
What about you?
Scene.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I've been in fights and stuff like that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I've been in fights, but not like a victim of it.
Like you didn't get jumped, right?
Like
I've been jumped before.
Oh,
yeah, stuff like that.
No, I haven't had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it happens, man. That's why you have to be aware. That's kind of what Johnny's talking about. Is like
I've been aware pretty good.
being
so
aware
far.
of all your
Knock
systems.
on wood,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
doing pretty good.
Yeah. I was and this is what led up to it. I was partying in a place where I should not have been in the first place.
Yeah.
And that was my first mistake. Is I didn't have a way to get away from what was about to happen.
Space.
No exit plan, huh?
No.
It's the awareness and the space. And then also, that's a good point. The partying thing that you brought up is that if you're intoxicated or you're high or whatever,
right,
or you're angry or your emotions, right, sad or whatever, you might not be on your game. So you got to be careful with that. If you're going to drink or party or whatever, make sure you're with some good friends.
Yeah, exactly.
To have your back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't do it alone.
That was the other thing, too. I thought I was with some cool guys.
Yeah,
but,
know who the fuck you hang out with.
Yeah. If you don't know how to defend yourself, you're not going to be any use to anybody.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you might be that person I trip, so they go after. They get.
You just
like
got to run
like
faster than the slowest person. Yeah, that whole thing.
Like the bear, man.
Yeah, I barely got that joke.
Yeah.
God.
Smokey the Bear.
Damn it.
Love Child.
Love Child. I know Love Child.
Crime Dog.
McGruff had
Who you thought
McGruff and
Love Child.
Yeah,
and Smokey the Bear. And made
McGruff
Tony
and
the Tiger.
McGruff
and
Lion.
made drugs great.
They're great.
We're stupid.
You animal.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
That was funny.
And scene.
And we're going to get right into our second freedom topic.
Overseas aggressions.
Yeah.
Scary. That sounds scary.
Because it probably is scary. It's not probably scary.
Yeah.
It is.
Where
scary.
did the government touch you on the doll, Chris?
In the wallet.
Right here.
Oh, in the brain.
In the brain.
Yeah. Insane the membrane, bro.
Oh, right in the institutionalism.
Yeah.
That's where they touched me.
Right in the indoctrination.
So overseas aggressions we're going to be talking about,
Those are
and
words.
military-industrial complex. What else are we going to talk about? The world police.
World police.
So yeah.
Hey, did you see that article? That article about Super America Police Force is in Africa now.
Oh yeah,
all
actually,
over
yeah,
Africa.
Yeah, I skimmed that one.
Dude, it's a resource
Yeah.
hunt, dude. They're collecting all the resources from around the world, man.
So let's get into it. So we know that when did this? So let's go there. When did this all start? So right around. So the last time we declared war was in. We talked about this before in World War II.
Yeah, it was World War
That was the
II.
very last time, and
That was an actual declaration by the
government, United States government, declared war. Got authorization from Congress,
right?
And that was the very last time we declared war. So from Korea to this point, we have never declared war. So constitutionally speaking, our government speaking, all these are unjust wars. They're not unjust, but not legal.
They're just conflicts, right?
Yeah, we're doing military actions around the world, which is not what the founding fathers wanted to do.
Oh no, not at all, man. Not at all. We weren't. We were supposed to mind our own business. In the world affairs.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not going to happen because we became the world police. And why did we do that? Because right after World War II, the UN was formed. And that was in 1945 in October. I have the date here. October 24th, 1945.
The UN.
Yeah. So that was founded, and their headquarters is in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And since
where was
then,
it founded? San Francisco.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it was founded or talked about or the brain, the project of it. You know what I mean? They came up with
the think
it.
tank was out of
exactly. That's where they came up with this concept in San Francisco. But then the actual headquarters is in New York City.
Right.
Yeah. So that's when that all happened, and then because of the UN being formed, then all of a sudden we had to help out and start doing different military actions around the world. That's part of it.
Right.
Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, of course I have something to add.
Sure.
So what are we looking for? Like what are we doing out there policing the world? Like what is the main objective for the United States?
We're hassling people.
Yeah. No, it's colonism. I mean,
colonization. You mean
colonization?
Yeah. I mean, it's partially that. I mean,
look at the placement of our bases around the world. It's not. I mean, it's absolutely colonization.
So let me turn to my little notes here on the bases. So when you brought that up, so we have 800.
Do we have a map of that?
No, but I know I got the details. So 800 bases. The United States government has 800 military bases outside of the United States in 70 countries.
Right. In 70 countries.
That is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Now, our who you would call our competitors, China and Russia.
Right.
China outside of their country.
Our enemies.
1.
Yeah.
1.
Who fucking
Russia?
likes China in
Russia. 9. Compared to 70 countries and 800 bases in those 70 countries.
Right.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Well, I mean, we are the wealthiest country in the world.
Yeah.
So our wealth is going to spread, and with our wealth comes our military might.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately for the other countries, it's you've seen what's going on. It's government, the U.S. government interfering in all of these elections. Moving assets around, making concessions with our enemies behind closed doors, all that kind of stuff, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, so if you have bases in other countries, that already promotes the sense of war, right? Because if you're another country over there, wherever it is, right? It could be in Europe, it could be in the Middle East, it could be in Africa, it could be wherever. But if you're another country and you have a base there, then the neighboring countries all have to react to that. right? So now those countries are making policies off of what you've done as a country. Because this could be anyone. This could be Britain, too. This doesn't have to be just us.
Right.
It costs over $120 billion a year for these bases.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do have that super military budget that we have going on.
Yeah.
And that's what, and that's another big thing too, is part of this this industrial complex is you have all these vendors who supply, things like screws, nuts and bolts, and wrenches.
Right. It could be from guns to trucks or whatever.
From whatever item the government needs, it selects a vendor, and they only purchase from that vendor.
Right.
Like there's zero competition or whatever. And these vendors are just like they're like leeches. That's all they are.
Well, yeah, and then there's the whole revolving door between government and the private market and the crony capitalism and all that, and everyone's...
And it's all part of it. It's all part of that military, that industrial complex that they built. Is just like we're pouring our tax money into our military to protect us, and they're like... And all they're doing is just wasting and wasting.
Yeah, it's not
money.
to protect us. Obviously, if
no, of course it's
that's
not
what their narrative is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's how is it about your freedom or protecting you, right? If you're got 800 fucking bases, get the fuck out of here.
And the way that they justify it is, our allies need protection, our assets, our interests need to be protected. So you can see right here all the countries that we are currently operating in.
So yeah, maybe the individual country should be responsible for taking care of the fucking selves, and we should mind our own goddamn business and not be the world police.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
ding.
Unfortunately, we're everywhere, and imagine how much money we would save by reducing what we're doing overseas. All the military equipment that we have there, all the people we're paying to run that equipment, or to for whatever reason. God, we waste so much money, man. So much money.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. And it's all funded by taxation,
right?
Which we know is theft and robbery,
right?
And taken by force.
We're paying.
It's immoral. So all these bases are immoral. So our country was originally founded, and they wanted us to have no standing army, right? They wanted us to be able to protect our borders, and that was pretty much, much the thinking.
And the military can't even stand on our own soil to protect our country. I mean,
they can't carry fucking firearms and shit.
Right,
and
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Well, because our founding fathers knew that eventually our military, our government would become tyrannical.
Right.
Yeah. Why do they get to carry? I mean, I'm sure they have tons of military equipment and guns and ammunition on our soil, but they're not supposed to carry their weapons, right?
Right. And we move so let's think about it.
Wait, are you saying the U.S. military can't be armed on American soil?
On the streets, yeah, on American streets.
What?
Yeah.
Don't they call in the government? Don't they call in the military?
National Guard.
National Guard.
So that's when they have a state of emergency, and then they have
that's
a little
militia.
Yeah, there's exactly. That's when they
But don't
they have an order to do it, but they
don't-
can't just do it normally.
Don't we have the army at the border down?
Well,
in the
at this
south?
current point, because this is a special authorization.
Okay.
Yeah. So but this is not.
But you can't.
Normally, it's just law enforcement that we have.
You can't, a group of Marines can't be walking on our streets.
Yeah, you can't have a platoon of fucking Marines marching down the street.
Yeah,
fucking
fully
strapped.
armed. Yeah, fully armed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
That was
this is our military, right?
I mean, I'd feel a fuck lot safer.
I would
if
too.
they-
I wouldn't have a problem with a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's in our Constitution too. There's a constitutional amendment that says that you don't have to house military in your home, in cases of war or whatever.
The Third Amendment.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why we can't operate. Our military can't operate on our soil. I mean, they shouldn't be anyway. We're not. We're not at war with anybody on our soil right now.
Well, let's
no, but
say that we hope they never have to. But I mean, if they did, Like, what's, I mean...
Well, I mean, if they're...
From a statist perspective...
Like, if we're
you have
in a war,
military,
yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is from a statist perspective, if you have Marine Corps Army, right, and you just have them patrolling the street or just doing an exercise or whatever, but they're fully strapped, I have no problem with that. But if they're going from door to door doing confiscations or trying to sleep in your house or whatever the fuck, confiscate whatever, yeah, it's a different thing. But if they're just patrolling to keep the safety of whatever, I don't really have a problem with that from a statist perspective, of course.
Yeah.
Because most...
I'm kind of hating what you're saying right now.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm rubbing off on you a little bit. Rubbing off around you a little bit.
Can you rub on me a little bit?
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying a little bit? Yeah. So
totally.
from a regular libertarian's perspective to most I'd say quarter libertarians to conservatives or Democrats or whatever. I mean, you should be like happy with your military protecting you, right, and walking around.
Right.
For me, I don't know. If everyone's armed and strapped and had no limitations on what they could arm themselves with, trust me, dude, we'd be rolling around with fucking, like we said in the past, flying fucking tanks and have fucking machine guns and shit, and no one would fuck with you.
Dude, if it was allowed,
obviously that's totally what I'm about. I'm just trying to say, like, how could you be mad about the country that you love, especially everyone that's so patriotic, right? Like, how could you be mad about Marine Corps or Army marching around with fucking guns and protecting you?
If it was allowed, dude,
you kind of understand what I'm saying?
I'd mob around in full kit, dude. Like, I fucking totally would.
Yeah.
If it was allowed.
Oh, I'd rather the individual, everyone, be a fucking Minuteman and be ready to fucking go.
Yeah, I just...
Definitely. That's where I stand.
I don't like the idea of our military walking around our streets with weapons.
You should be a Minuteman, but not a 1 minute man. Hashtag look it up.
Hey-o. At least a 3 minute man.
A couple.
Yeah. A couple.
I'm okay.
You like dropped it down a little bit?
I'm
just
okay
2?
with that.
Okay, 2 minute man.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm okay with that.
Copy.
I mean, who really needs more than 2 minutes?
Crickets. Yeah. Check.
Bing.
Check 2 in.
All right. Anything else you guys got to say about the overseas?
I kind of went. This is like I went into this battle of wits fucking unarmed. So this is a segment for you guys. I'm just trying to take it all in and listen and learn here.
Right.
So I don't have anything else to say. That was the long way of me saying that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll bring it back on track. So they also are doing it for resources. Right?
That's to me. That's the biggest thing.
See, I don't agree with that statement, but it is for that.
Right.
But I don't agree with it as the biggest thing. That's where me and you have a little bit different on that. They do want to control the resources, such as mainly oil, and I'm sure fresh water as well.
Well, I mean, remember we talked about that special project that the UN was putting together. Remember? You told me about
Agenda 21?
Yeah, Agenda 21.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that in later date.
Right.
They also want to control the population. So, and there's 2 versions of that, obviously. The craziest version is obviously kill off people so you, like, drop down numbers. But I'm talking more about controlling the population to actually, like, make them do your bidding. So you have them under your fucking thumb.
We're tax slaves.
Sure, and that's in the United States, but we're talking about overseas aggression. So I'm saying that, like...
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
Yeah, but I mean, like... we're not taxing like Iraqis, but we want to control... Or Afghanis. So we're trying to control the regions so they can't do whatever they want. So, like, they have their government, but yet we are over that. Because of the UN, because of NATO. You see what I'm saying? So it's controlling the population, where they move, the freedom of their movement... that's pretty much where that goes.
Right.
It's like we kind of go over there just with like diplomatic immunity, and so
we're kind of above everyone. We're kind of like we're the bullies.
We're hassling people, dude.
Yeah,
we're there hassling
it's
people.
It's kind of like almost for these countries, you feel like, oh, we hit the lottery. We're doing business with the United States, and you realize you didn't hit the lottery. You're actually in hell.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like,
because you get trapped into all the politics and all the maneuvering and all the coercion and all the spying bullshit. Instead of just trying to come up with your own.
So all this like overseas aggressions. Here's a question for you: how much like war and how much disturbances have they really stopped because we're all over the fucking world? None. basically because we're overseas, we create more fucking problems.
Yeah,
we create more terrorists and we create more enemies with neighboring states.
Yeah,
from wherever our base is, or our presence.
I mean, this whole terrorist shit is it's kind of made up anyway. So
yeah,
I mean.
Well, we created most of them at this current point, not in the beginning.
ISIS
when 9/11,
not in the beginning,
right? When 9/11 happened, maybe we did have our big hand in it.
I think we did,
but I know. But compared to where we are now, oh, bro,
I think that we need to pull out of a lot of these countries and just
hashtag pull out.
Yeah, get out of the UN too, man. That's what a horse.
We will be covering that soon.
Piece of crap organization they are.
The UN and Agenda 21 we will be covering very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also for instance Libya,
Mm-hmm.
So the Federal Reserve, right? They want to control the monetary system. So we went into Libya and took out Gaddafi because he wanted to make his own currency.
Right.
That wasn't backed by the dollar.
No, it was backed by actual gold.
Yeah. Or oil or whatever, right? So it actually had a real thing that was backing it.
Right.
And oh no, the Federal Reserve, which we've talked about before, can't have that shit.
Well, so we got into it with Gaddafi in I believe the 80s.
Yeah.
Trying to overthrow him. He
was it Reagan or Bush that fucking bombed his his palace and killed his family, some of his family?
Who was it? I think
it was one or the other though.
Or Clinton.
I don't think no.
No, it wasn't Clinton. Maybe Reagan. That sounds like
I don't think he inhaled, so I don't think it was him.
That sounds like
Chris inhales, but no,
Reagan
I don't think. Yeah,
did inhale. Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I kind of want. It's weird. I want a cigar right now.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do too. Dipped in like cognac or something, right?
Dipped in something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So definitely the Federal Reserve. Let's get back to.
Okay, so
let's reel it on back in.
We went into Libya and we got into it with Libya in the 80s. Right. Gaddafi wanted to be like a terrorist leader at the time.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
A rogue state kind of thing.
State, yeah. So we bombed his palace and killed his son. I believe Reagan did.
And it was his son. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he moved away from like being a terrorist, and he was like
he got invited out to the fucking White House and shit.
He was like
Clinton's
fucking
era.
Rastaman.
Yeah.
He was so
he totally
cool. Like
turned his shit around.
Right. Like good, upstanding gentleman.
Well, I don't know. Let's not get carried away. But I get what you're saying.
From where he was to where he was
and he's got
going.
a bunch of sexy bodyguards.
I mean, it was cool.
Smart guy.
I mean, he was. Yeah, he had that. Yeah, dude.
Hashtag bolt-ons. Look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, bolt-ons with bolt actions. Look it up.
So we left him alone for like 25 years.
Yeah. We didn't really hear.
He was
20 years or so.
He was running his shit.
Yeah.
Everything
banging
was
some
great.
bodyguards.
Hot bodyguards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fembots
Smart.
everywhere. And then
racks on racks.
And then he's like, you know what? Let's do something really cool for our country. Let's become independent. So much so that we walk away from the American dollar. But that wasn't going to happen because the Federal Reserve's got his hooks and everything.
Yep.
And here comes the U.S. military. You can't do that. We're going to kill you. Time to overthrow you. Then they stage a coup, and all his people pull Gaddafi out of his home, and it was just a horrible show. Kind of hate social media.
It's fucking crazy, man. I remember watching that. Yeah, that was a fucking brutal.
I remember when I was younger, you would hear
from all his oppression and things that he has done in the past. He did deserve it, but it was horrible to watch, man.
Yeah,
it was.
Karma's
a bitch.
Yeah. Even Saddam, Saddam is a piece of shit, dude. But they hung him too. And
I saw her at the strip club. She was wearing a thong.
Really?
Yeah, Karma.
She's back again, huh?
Yeah, she is a bitch though.
Watch out, man.
Yeah. You got to tip her 5s, not 1s.
Yeah, don't get.
Fuck that.
Use a Jimmy or you'll get the.
Yeah.
The claps.
the crabs. Shit. I lost my train of thought.
So that's what happens when you try to come up with when you try to walk away from the Federal Reserve.
Right. Well, and think about it, right? Like a lot of people will always say that our military is here to protect us and keep our freedom insured and all that. No, they're fucking being enforcers for the Federal Reserve.
The Federal Reserve
or the UN or NATO.
Yeah,
they're doing everything
they're doing
for
the dirty
another
work of the
agenda. They're not doing it to keep the homeland safe.
Yeah.
They say that, but when you look into all the details, that's not what they're doing. It's not what they're doing.
When was the last fight for actual freedom that we've really had?
World War II.
Yeah, I mean
that's it. That's when our country was in danger.
Everything else has been a police action.
So Korea and Vietnam was about the communist takeover of that region.
Right.
Still not really our business. Not our problem.
Yeah, it's really not.
And then after
here we are again.
What was Desert Storm?
Our interest.
Policing fucking an invasion with an ally because we have bases and we're part of the UN.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it all goes into the same thing, right?
There was oil there. Same thing with when we figured out Afghanistan had the
bitch. Who said anything about cooking?
When we found out about Afghanistan having those poppy fields, here we are taking those resources too.
Well, yeah,
and then there's a spike in
opium.
Yeah, opiate addiction.
That's literally what happened right
Come
after.
on, guys, put two and two together.
Yeah, right
Don't be
after
stupid.
Afghanistan kicked off, all of a sudden it jumped from Afghanistan. I believe I'm just going to guess the number, 10%, 20%. Opium was coming from Afghanistan.
Right.
After that, it was like 90% in Russia.
Right,
because they're right there. They're their neighbors.
And
something like that. You have to look it up. Look it up at home, but it's some crazy number like that.
Google it. There, you'll see military men and women or military people patrolling poppy fields.
Yeah,
they're not looking for terrorists in poppy fields.
Patrolling for petroleum.
They're protecting their resource.
Patrolling them.
Yeah.
You know what it comes down to, dude. Also,
this is
look. Okay, so not only are we doing that, but we're running drugs all over the fucking place.
Yeah, there's a lot of
through
those.
the military. CIA
especially. It's not really the military directly, but
we're
it's
fucking drug dealers, dude.
Yeah, it's the CIA for sure.
CIA or drug dealers.
I mean, they use the military, but it's definitely CIA ops.
Yeah.
What it all comes down to is what? Power and control of the population. That's what this comes down to. All this overseas bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they already got us locked down. We got more laws on the books. We got more people in prison, than any other country. Right?
Our way of life is the model for what's coming for the rest of the world.
So power and control.
Move everybody
That's what
into
this all comes down
giant
to.
mega cities like fucking what's his name? Judge Dredd.
Ooh. Was it The Block?
Yeah. Move everybody into mega cities.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Feed them
Dredd.
Feed them recycled food.
Yeah. The second one, Dredd. That one's awesome.
Oh yeah, that was pretty dope too. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
I'm traumatized.
You guys
dude.
said it all, man. It's all about power. It's all about control. Speaking of which, that's what our president's going to try to make sure he keeps when he moves certain people into certain positions. So we have. I'm going to pull up this article here so that our freedom fighters can see it.
Oh, here we go.
Our new head of Fish and Wildlife Service is a former Monsanto executive.
Oh my God!
Right. We talked about this on episode 1. All comes back to episode 20.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see it right there. So this person.
Tell them what they win, Jamie.
Yeah. Fucking. Well, nobody wins
cancer.
anything here. Yeah.
We all.
You're
got growth growing out of my fucking head.
Cancer.
We all lose on this one.
Yeah.
So this person that is now going to be the head of U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, she contributed to the discontinuation of studies assessing the impact of pesticides on endangered species. So there's that. This person is responsible for that.
Yep.
All right.
Scumbag.
Now,
already.
Also, the reversal of a decision prohibiting bee killing. God, I had this one down. It's a neonicotinoid pesticides.
Whoa.
And genetically modified crops. So
not gonna work here.
Not gonna work here anymore. Yeah. Yeah, neonicotinoid pesticides. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, regardless, what it means is that she went out of her way to destroy legislation that was against killing bees, which, as we all know, we need a lot of them to make sure that we can all fucking eat.
Yeah, I heard the bees are all the buzz around here right now.
They are. God damn it. They are. They're all the buzz, Johnny.
Yeah, go ahead and continue, honey.
That was an amazing joke. Amazing joke. God damn it. I'm mad.
Sorry, man. Didn't mean to.
Buzz and honey. Now you just no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Threw me all off.
I
my
know
game.
it kind of stung. So
You know, Jamie, you
How do you not have children? How do you not have children? This is fucking ridiculous. So
because I'm smart.
Johnny, you are beautiful. Just throwing that out there. Jamie.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Jamie.
That's enough. That's enough.
Behave.
Yeah. Honey, do you use a comb when you comb your hair?
Okay, so you guys just you take my article and you just make a.
I mean, dude,
make a mockery.
It's
of
all
it?
the hive, bro. I mean, like
It's all the
continue,
hive.
yeah.
It's all the hive. Okay.
Yeah. All right, good, Queen.
Yeah. Now I'm.
Scaramouche.
Scaladouche.
That's fine.
All right, continue. Sorry, we totally just sorry.
Walked all over that one. That's all right. That's that's really all I had for that one.
I can't fuck myself.
Yeah, I just kind of thought it was funny
just
that.
go ahead and fuck yourself, guys.
So basically, Monsanto's douchebags and Trump just continued this shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a revolving
Shit
door.
that we warned about on 6 months ago on episode 1.
Revolving door of fuckery.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought it was.
Rip, Kenny.
Thought it was interesting, right? That we
the
had this
irony
fucking
of this shit right now.
Right.
Yeah.
They knew that we were coming out with episode 20, so they wanted to release that. You know,
Dude,
they're trying to help us out.
Like, you know what's crazy is like we're telling people about this shit and like it's like whatever. Like,
well, the problem is a lot of times when you say stuff, people just don't.
Yeah.
They don't fucking listen.
Yeah, they don't care.
Even when they listen, they don't like learn it or believe it. You know what I mean?
Absorb it, yeah.
Or absorb it. Yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
So I'll say this.
We have bad.
That's why we always
comprehension.
say, look it up.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Bad
The reason why I feel like we think this stuff is like super revolutionary that we're talking about, and then like we don't really see like our freedom fighters are like, yeah, they listen to us, but like we don't see them getting into fights on Facebook over it, right? It's just us. And it's because the shit that we talk about is fucking controversial. And not everybody's ready to fucking
I
take
wasn't
that.
exactly saying that because I know that you haven't really had that experience. I have.
Well, I know.
I have had a lot of my friends.
I was addressing what Chris.
People I know.
I was addressing what Chris just said,
Sure.
where he said like we say these things to people and people are like whatever, and it is. It's because
there is a lot of people.
Right.
Sure.
You know,
I get what you guys are both saying,
it's it's complacency in our lives, like
well,
oh,
because
shit,
the whole
like, we
system
have
is
to-
set up just to
if we
make
have
everyone chill,
right?
Like just
Yeah,
entertain
just
people.
like we are, like
Yeah.
right. Football games and
entertainment. It's
4th
all
of
about-
July
Sure.
and just just big smoke screen.
Pornhub. Yeah.
Keep us happy.
Well, that's
keep us happy, fat, and paying taxes.
Sure. Tax slaves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Debt slaves.
Was there anything else, Jamie, you want to say about that one? Because we did fucking run over this.
No, it's okay. No, that's fine.
We steamrolled this bitch.
I just wanted, wanted to bring it up because I saw it. Was that you that posted it? Or
Yeah, I
you
posted it. It's crazy that like people come in there and they be like, oh, Trump is not that guy. Trump is not this guy. He's doing it for us and all this stuff. And it's like, no, he's doing the same shit. The same people that are involved in the military-industrial complex, the same people that are involved in Monsanto, the same people that are involved in any kind of big government shit he's employing. What do they call it? Neocons, right?
Right.
They were all trying to say that when he got elected, he wasn't a neocon. He was isolation. Well, not an isolationist, but he was more of an independent, almost leaning libertarian kind of guy. It's bullshit.
Fucking not even close.
Bullshit. Not even close, dude.
None of these.
No.
They're all the same.
They're all the same.
All the same.
And they'll say whatever they want. They get elected because they have their base that they got to fucking kind of like grab their fucking or do the reach around once again.
Right.
Let's go back to that.
So we talked about this in a previous episode where we were seeing this. We were seeing this happen. Like people just continue to follow along without any kind of like.
Well, it's going back to that whole cult thing. So many people are just obsessed with that.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I mean, dude, I watched I believe it was a YouTube video or maybe it was a Facebook video, but it was like these two ladies. One was younger and one was a little older.
Mm-hmm.
And they were singing a whole song about how Trump is their, like, savior.
Hero?
And how, it was like a folk song.
It was some North Korean shit.
It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that these fucks cannot understand that they are brainwashed fucking zombies is crazy to me.
And it doesn't do any good to vote for a candidate, a candidate on one side or the other because they both want the same thing: power and control.
Statism.
Power and control.
Yeah. Always.
That's all.
That's what that whole thing just came
And they will promise
back
you.
in there. Good job.
They will promise you everything to get it too.
Yeah, I will give you a reach around. Well,
right.
I probably will, but yeah,
They promise to reach around,
but they don't deliver.
Dutch rudder.
They just do one pee touch.
Yeah.
Cricket.
They do
Cricket.
one pippy touch, and only some
Two pee touch.
Some people get it. Not
Sure.
everybody
Yeah,
gets it.
yeah, yeah.
Not everybody.
So a
gets
couple people can go. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a pee touch.
It's like, this is working, guys.
Yeah.
They touched my pee.
Yeah, but not twice.
They
Or
didn't do it
definitely
twice.
not the reach around.
Yeah, he's waiting for his second go round.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm over here, no pee touch.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Get no pee.
Well, I got the full reach around,
Yeah,
so I'm
no
good.
pee touch.
You got the one pee touch.
Yeah, I
he
got
got
the
no
one
pee touch, and I got the full reach around. So see, that's how it works, though.
Yeah.
That's economics.
But that is how it works.
That's politics.
That's the economics 101.
Yeah.
That's science, folks.
Sure. That's fucking
That's-
goddamn
That's
science.
political
bro.
science right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Poli-sci 101. There it is.
We
Look it up.
fucking rock that.
You ain't gonna learn that from no
Nailed this
professor.
segment. Nailed this segment.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Get
guys,
schooled, son.
you guys want to see something tight?
Yeah.
Sure.
Chris,
Yes.
talk about this video.
Is it
Okay.
off all hinges?
So this is a Alaskan lake, and it's frozen, and you're gonna see some science echoing rocks off the frozen.
Wait,
lake.
they're
So-
skipping rocks?
Yeah, they're
Probably
skipping rocks.
frozen?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
frozen.
probably gonna
But,
hear-
but
probably
listen
gonna
to the
hear some
sound.
science, yeah?
Listen to the sound.
Probably going to hear some science?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably gonna hear.
Wait a
Probably
minute.
See some too.
This would be a great place to skip a rock. Dude, it'll never go in. And look at that. Perfect skipping rock right there. Here we go.
Listen.
Oh, that's cool.
Fucking cool is that, dude?
You know what? I had frozen pool, and that's the way it sounded. Now that I didn't even remember that.
Really?
Until right
Damn,
fucking
I
now.
gotta do that again.
What a trip.
Well, pause it real quick.
Look how fucking
Pause it real
stoked
quick.
this guy- I'm
So
trying,
I remember back a few years ago, the pool would freeze over on
Right.
the top every couple times a year.
Right.
Couple times.
Right.
Sometimes you get a good couple inches, like really good. Other times a little bit. But what you would do is you would break it up.
A couple
and
inches is usually pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah.
A couple pumps. You know?
Couple inches never
Sure.
hurt anybody.
And you'd break it up, and as you were breaking up the ice, you would hear that fucking sound, dude.
Right.
It was,
Oh, really? Oh, really?
So I didn't even.
Oh, like
when
here-
you
like
just
when you hit the
hit
the ice,
dude.
Ah.
I swear to God, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that sound since like 1990 something.
Whoa, dude!
And when you played that, I was like, I know that sound.
Nostalgia.
Dude,
Yeah, that's cool.
Fucking
It just tripped me
crazy
out, dude.
The way
Watch-
mine
yeah.
works,
Yeah.
like synapses connected to.
Is he gonna do it one more time?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead now.
We
We gotta play the whole thing.
Little
now.
Can we
side
all
story
just
there.
pause to like
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
the shit eating grin on his face? Yeah, okay,
Sure.
I'll just
Like,
replay it.
He's so happy, dude. He's so
Yeah.
happy.
He's
right
like,
now.
Yeah, dude, the way he like looks at the camera and is
hey,
like,
Chris.
like he doesn't even look at the camera and say it
Oh, I almost
realistically.
passed
Like,
out. Sorry.
look at how slow he says,
Yeah.
I gotta do that
All right.
again.
All right, push play.
Go in. And look at that. Perfect skipping rock right there. Here we go.
Oh, here you go. Dude.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, the end part of it. That's cool.
Whoa!
But those
Damn,
first
I
couple,
gotta do that
that's
again.
exactly what I've heard before. He's all stoked.
Whoa, dude, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
That was
Try that,
amazing.
Peter.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa,
Shrooms.
rocks. There are rocks up here.
No, drugs are a hell of a thing right now.
God, that was awesome. I need more.
Like, there's not rocks
Dude, he's
everywhere.
like so excited about it, dude. Watch.
This is awesome. All right, here we go.
That's high as fuck right now.
That one was badass.
He does it
that
again.
one's better.
He does it again. Watch.
Look at this guy. Hey, Chris,
we
check
missed it.
this out.
Go back. Dude, go back.
Did he fart at the end? What the fuck was that?
Shit.
Listen, dude.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
That was the whole thing.
Wait,
Watch. Listen.
Shit, he did. Oh my God, dude. Chris, what the fuck are you doing,
Yeah.
bro? You knew
A
the
lot
whole
of
time there was going to be a little...
Yes, I did.
He was so excited he shat himself.
pooped a little.
Jesus
Oh, crap, dude.
Christ.
That's for the viewers who listen
Yeah.
to the show.
That shit is real. Some real shit. All right.
What a shit show.
What do we got?
Well, we have
Are we down to our last?
number 2 threat.
Oh, man.
We're down to our last story.
Oh, wow.
Number 2 threat. Stay out of the water.
Does that say
Yep.
It says exactly what you think
Let's
it says.
go for it. Whoa. It's a fucking bull shark, bro, with hippos.
Holy shit, dude. Somebody's gonna get their ass
Dude,
bit.
hippos need to learn the number 2 threat, bro. Like,
they're
stay
pretty-
the fuck out of the water. Look at this fuck.
They're a threat too.
Well, sure, but
Yeah.
look at this.
This motherfucker.
Can you
Did
believe
he
that
do
shit?
that? Did he
There's a
do that?
fucking herd of fucking hippos, and this fuck is trying to get at him.
I heard of hippos.
Have you heard, bro?
Have you heard, bro?
Have you heard, bro?
Jesus Christ.
Look at, dude, watch. They
Wow,
start
dude.
getting aggressive. Like,
Yeah.
they start going right after him. They're like, fuck this fish ass
To get the
motherfucker.
old
Fuck
pack
this guy, I'll
mentality
fuck
right
him
here,
up.
and they go after him.
Dude, they would stomp the shit out of him underwater, dude.
If they can ever fucking catch him.
They might get a few. He might get a few bites in, but they would fuck him.
Oh
up.
yeah, the hippos they're gonna fuck him up.
Look at, they're all like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
All right,
Get out of here.
there he is, right there.
You shark.
Watch, he
fuck.
turns back. Look, as if he didn't get enough. He comes
Dude,
back.
The balls
Look
on
at
that
this
shark.
fuck.
The fucking balls on him, man.
For once, I'm rooting for the hippos.
Hippos.
Hippos are a
Stay
big threat,
out of the
though.
water.
Yeah.
I think they know this though.
Sure. Hippos and crocs are bad because they're both
Yeah.
land and water.
Fuck.
The
dude.
double
And they
threat.
both can and they can go hella fast too. They can run.
Can hippos run that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
It's called charging.
They can move like 20 miles an hour in water, dude.
That's scary. to
Oh,
think
I didn't
about.
know that.
Yeah, they charge underwater. Like they move water.
They look like
displace-
giant water pigs.
They can displace water like no other animal,
Right.
dude. It's crazy.
You've been on the Disney ride, the Jungle Boat thing, where they like shoot at the hippos. charging the boat?
yeah. I
So there's
remember that
crocs and
years
all that
years
shit,
ago.
but
yeah.
but no one, they don't. The driver of the boat doesn't care about the crocs. They'll show them and all that, and you're all
Yeah.
scared. But the hippos are what actually charge the boat.
Yeah.
So I think that was fun.
Yeah, because hippos
Nice.
are fucking
Yeah.
mean, dude.
Yeah, fuck hippos, dude.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I say. Fuck hippos.
Yeah.
Oh, quiet.
Nice thing to end on.
Cricket.
Anyone else got anything to go add to the end of the show here?
Yeah, like, subscribe, share.
Oh yeah,
please.
check
Go
us
on
out
YouTube.
on YouTube, Patreon,
SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Pornhub, Patreon.
Yeah, your mama's bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Real big in your mama's
Sure.
bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Sound.
It's because she knows what's up.
Mom likes freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mama likes freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Hashtag Mama likes freedom.
And there you go. There's our hashtag for the show.
That is intellectual property of Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast.
Hashtag Freedom Lube.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got the wrap up, Jamie? Let's do this.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Let's get at it.
So, if you practice drunken boxing, don't actually be drunk, asshole.
Especially if you're in Russia. Yeah.
No, get drunk, asshole.
Yeah, be sober when you're practicing those forms.
She doesn't do shit, asshole.
Yeah.
She.
Yeah.
All right.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. Switch.
Give me my fucking bagel, asshole, right now.
I want cheese and bacon.
cinnamon raisin,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. And, hey, work on that trigger discipline, asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Don't
A.
shoot yourself in the leg, man.
Keep your
Christ.
finger off the trigger.
Don't do that.
Hey, 18, buy your rifles and shotguns, asshole.
Yeah. Right?
Quick.
Save the world.
With the quickness.
Hey, you're legal, right? So what the fuck? If you're
Right.
legal.
Might as well.
And then, as always, being as now we have to worry about hippos, stay the fuck out of the water, asshole.
Right.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you for joining us once again on this great podcast that we got going on here. Remember, don't trust your leaders. We are out.
Yeah.
So the military industrial complex.
That's words are fun.
Whoa,
dude.